Wow.
Okay, I was legit being serious.
I know.
Welcome, motherfuckers.
It's fine. Just let it go. You know how to show this.
Man, just let it rock. Let it rock. Let it rock.
Can we do it hard?
I'm gonna do it one more time. Welcome, motherfuckers.
No.
Can we do a sound check if JD's gonna be over there?
I'm pretty sure we can hear.
He's a tiny little squirt on the. We'll hear him.
Okay.
I just want to get closer. He's good. He's usually our live studio audience.
Welcome to Off the Rails episode
5.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco.
Yeah.
The Octobero.
Woo.
I don't know October.
It's a spooky edition. It's a spooky ass podcast.
I don't know October in Spanish. With us today, as per usual, the epitome of duality, Foxy Steve.
I am the yin to your yang, the sunny to your Cher, the Pence to your Trump.
I thought you were going to say the sunny to my delight. I was like, to your Trump.
That's funny.
With us, per usual, but not really, Simply Dave.
Simply part-time Dave.
Also known as Simply Mandated.
Oh, is he really here? I don't know.
I don't even know what to say.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, the boy cries you sweaty and tears, and you kill him.
I don't know what to say.
I forgot about that.
I don't have a rebuttal to
that.
that.
Sweater and tears, Squidward.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, you better just say hi. With us as always, except not always, because that would be every episode that you've never heard.
Because he lives out in the sticks.
Wow.
Bird guy.
With the shades.
I was gonna get the Pixel 2 XL, but it doesn't have a headphone jack for me to stick my dick in.
All right. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, then. It's going to be that podcast.
And with us, one of the livest motherfuckers you've ever seen on the internet. Check him out on our Sonic 06 playthrough.
Please.
Yes.
Motherfucking P Crazy.
The moist one himself.
Oh my god, what's up, y'all?
And the live studio audience.
Very happy for everybody to be here. So how's everybody doing?
Great.
I want to kill myself.
God,
Well,
dog. I can help
that's
you
the
with
reason
that.
how we started, huh?
Once again, I postponed my suicide just so I could join you guys tonight. So.
It's funny, I didn't postpone my suicide, and I'm still here.
Oh.
Whoa, wait.
I'm
See,
sorry.
must
Because
be
it's October.
Woo! Spooky.
Scary, spooky,
Spooky
scary,
ass shit
spooky,
going on
scary,
right now.
Spooky, scary, 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 spooky, scary.
Horror!
Skeletons.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What the fuck was that?
That was my spooky chant.
They were just doing Darude Sandstorm.
Okay, then.
Spooky, scary, spooky, scary, spooky, scary, spooky, scary, spooky, scary, spooky, scary, spooky, scary.
Spooky, spooky,
It's
spooky,
a spooky, scary,
I
scary.
get it, it's cool.
spooky,
I got
scary,
it.
spooky,
You
scary.
got shivers down your spine?
That spine down to shivers.
Possibly.
You got some skeletons running down in the spooky?
I have
I would
shingles.
hope so. I will be walking right now.
That's spooky as fuck. He's got shingles.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, that shit's no joke.
Let's start the show.
Let's start the show.
Well, Bert, you had something to talk about.
I had a burning. You toasted my fucking almonds, Steve.
Oh, I'm so happy I did that.
You.
Hey.
When we were talking about the fucking microtransactions, now I'm like, Star Wars Battlefront's pay to win. You're just like, just be better than the people to pay. And I'm like, ooh, that tilted me off the face of the planet.
Wait, what did I say?
Okay,
Just play better than the people that pay.
Before you
Oh,
go
no,
to
I said just don't buy it or buy it. I don't fucking care.
before you go into your rant about microtransactions, 'cause I see where this is going and the people that need
Every
to be better for
podcast
it.
I've listened
The
to
pay-to-win
has been
shit?
loot box gate every day.
Okay, so
It deserves to be.
EA did say the loot boxes will not determine the game in the way that it is on the beta.
Uh-huh.
I just have to preface that. They said that this was the beta. The full release is going to be different. I'm putting that in super strong fucking quotation.
Oh,
marks.
if
EA
you
was
want to
talking
go in
about
further
it
here.
detail about my
See,
feelings about Loot Crates.
Here's the thing.
Isn't this the same company that said Battlefield 1 wasn't going to have microtransactions or anything, and all of a sudden there was a $50 season pass of some sort?
See, my wonderful heterosexual life mate,
Wait a minute.
Wixon, has a good saying about Electronic Arts. What the fuck?
I know.
You know what he says?
What do you
What
say?
does he say?
When it comes to EA, just say EA. Because EA in Japanese means no.
Oh.
Well then, it's not
Well,
just
you know.
EA is the problem though. It's a lot of companies.
It's not EA, but it is because this is the first time it's an official big AAA title that's crossing the line into full pay to win. Because it's been in games forever. Like our live audience is currently playing Clash Royale.
Yeah, well, in mobile games, people expected more.
Yeah.
Well, because it's free. The game is free.
Right.
And then you're paying for like additional shit.
Exactly.
I don't like it. I don't like the pay to win system in mobile games either, especially
Yeah.
Clash Royale. That shit pissed me off because I was like, I'm not getting any good cards.
Yeah, and generally mobile gaming gets just a race to the bottom with games that get shittier and shittier with like your decent game popping up every once in
I
a
don't
while.
mobile game hardly anymore.
I don't even
That's a
touch
shame,
them
'cause we're
because
going
of
back to
that.
ClashCon.
But they're free. A lot of times they're free though. Whereas with
They
these
are.
console games, you're
Maybe.
paying for the base
He
game.
re-downloaded it again.
I tried to
It's
I
like
deleted
you're
it.
paying, or you're already paying $60 for the game, and then you're going to be at a disadvantage if you don't pay more.
Now here's my thing. I don't mind a company making their money because at the end of the day, they
I
don't
guess
get.
Make your money, man.
At the end of the day, they don't
It
get
happens.
that $60. Of course, they get a portion of that, and it takes them a lot of money to make these games and all that. Make your money,
Definitely.
but don't use these predatory practices that make it where you. It's not fun. The experience is not fun at the end of the day for the consumer.
I feel like we done got to a point now where DLC is just expected so much. It's like, why use such a tactic to draw us in that had to really like, hey, you need to buy
Oh,
it.
really? Because that's what Capcom does with, let's make a shitty fighting game, but only improve it with paid DLC.
Or they can, just make the game fucking good.
Okay. The problem with that is, Capcom is getting fucked. Street Fighter V, that was all them. That was all them.
Yeah,
we
that
all
was-
know
They
that was all
dropped
them.
the
all
ball
them.
hard.
All
Marvel
of them.
Infinite, they did not get the budget was less than Street Fighter V, and the time frame was less.
Yeah, I don't blame
You
the
can
actual-
They
tell.
kind of got fucked.
I don't
You can
blame the
tell.
actual developers because rarely is it where the developer wants to make a shitty game. Usually, it's the publisher putting either too much pressure on getting out by a certain time or not giving them enough money.
Yeah,
It's a
so
problem.
that's the only problem with the money.
I have a question. With Street Fighter V, they just now have an arcade mode now?
Yes.
So all this time it was just a beta.
You want to talk
all
about
this
It wasn't
backtracking?
a beta. because the game
Capcom
won.
stated when
The
Street
story
Fighter
didn't work.
5
Wasn't no arcade. Wasn't no story. Wasn't no characters.
It was naked. It had nothing on there.
Wasn't no start menu.
It wasn't shit. And so it was a beta. That's all it was.
If
You
I
bought a
have-
beta.
If I have to be real, as terms as fighters go, Skullgirls when it launched was a lot worse because it had 6 characters
but that was an indie
It
game.
did.
That was an indie
and
game.
it only got 6 more in a game that's like, here's 3v3.
But,
Yeah,
did,
that's
it, but did it
kinda
cost
weird.
$60?
No,
No, that's the
Exactly.
difference.
it didn't cost me $60.
It didn't cost anybody $60.
Steve gave it to me for free. It was just like,
Did I? I don't remember.
yes, because you got the code when you were working at GameStop, and I was like, you were like, I'm not gonna.
So did I. I think you gave me the code too.
I don't fucking know.
Because you don't even have Street Fighter 5.
No
Bitch,
word.
you
No, I
give me
meant
one.
for schoolgirls.
I don't know.
You better
I
know.
don't know about
It's all over and done now.
No. I need you to go buy it
Uh,
and gift it to me.
Wait, I give you a bunch of free stuff.
No, you didn't.
I
That
did.
ain't the point. It wasn't Skullgirls. You gave me the shitty free stuff.
From
You're dead.
2013 when the PS4 came out, you got a bunch of free PS4 games.
What did I get?
Like Need for Speed Rivals
Hey,
and shit.
Yeah,
you
that was
bring it.
actually the.
Because I didn't have a PS4, so I said, let me give him Harold.
How
some
did
advice.
Steve remember
Let
that?
me explain this. Okay, that might have been one good game you gave me, so thanks again, Steve. Okay, but it still wasn't Skullgirls.
That didn't even exist at the time, buddy.
And you know what?
On PS4?
Don't make sense around here, okay? I'm just trying to make a point. I didn't get Skullgirls, but everybody else did. Why?
Okay, all right.
You don't love me, Steve?
He's a little
No,
angry.
at any rate. So, at any
You
rate,
big mad.
there's games that do it right, that actually can enhance experience. Games that do it wrong, like WWE 2K, they're not charging for loot crates, and it's not pay to win either. Now I don't like that. You're and the only way you can add moves to your character in WWE 2K for my career mode and for the online Road to Glory mode is by opening these goddamn loot crates, and inside of them are fucking moves and shit like that. I'm like, are you kidding me? But you don't have to pay for them. You just earn them in game. But still, I feel like that's fucking weird.
That's how Street Fighter 5 did it too. You got everything, you know?
I'm not
Well,
really
no.
against it because it's
Street
more
Fighter
like an old school feel. Because I don't always want to pay for shit like that. You know, I
Dude.
want to feel like I earned it.
Forza 7 is doing this kind of shit too, which really pisses me off.
Now at WWE, do you have the option to pay for extra currency to get more loot crates?
No, the VC and WWE 2K you cannot buy. You just earn
So
it
it's
in game.
purely
just earn
Yeah,
it.
only in NBA 2K do you buy VC, and they're the ones who fucked the dog in this whole thing too. The NBA 2K's reviews were fucked because of the loot crate system.
Because it's gambling.
The ESRB doesn't see it as gambling apparently because you're not risking not getting anything. They say it's not gambling because you are getting something.
No
It may
matter
not be
what.
what you don't. It may not be what you want, but you're getting something. So it's not gambling, but it's still.
It's
You're gambling.
Like,
Like,
there's-
That sounds like gambling.
There are people at like gamble research centers that say it's fucking gambling.
It sounds like gambling.
The only reason they say they don't is probably because they're getting paid by the
Because you
publishers.
always
The thing
win
is,
something.
what that sounds like, you're always gonna win. It may not be something that you want, like you just said, but you're gonna get something.
It has the same
Like,
dopamine.
it's
release
still
as
like a
gambling.
chance
And
of
technically,
getting something
you're not
more.
getting something because you aren't getting anything physical.
No, you're
See,
getting,
with something physical, you can trade it in or sell it or do it something freely. You're getting a digital product. You can't
Well,
do
I
shit
guess
with a digital product.
well, in relation to that, I mean, you know, it's blatantly out there. It's gonna be a digital product. But our thing is, actually, now that I think about it, it's not always necessarily you win every time because there's plenty of times you'll get loot crates like, oh well, I just got the same fucking thing I did like yesterday when I did this. So that technically you get the same thing. You don't win anything. You already had it. So I don't know. That's kind of gambling.
It's kind of ridiculous how this has infected gaming. Like it started with maybe Overwatch, but that was just
It
cosmetic.
started
I think
way
that-
before Overwatch.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think Battlefront- I
it
think
started
Battlefront
bad
too.
in China. Like, that's like the origination of P2W.
Man, I was about to go
Over in
real
China.
racist real quick, but I caught myself before exposing myself to something bad.
I mean, in Overwatch,
Good.
it's not
We'll
pay
get you
to,
on the other side of that wall.
in Overwatch, it's not pay to win. It's just cosmetic stuff, and that's probably I
Yeah.
feel like that's where
And I
it
think
should
Battlefront 2 is trying to kind of, get off of that hype. Like, oh shit, they like the loot crates on here. Let's try it too. But they do it all wrong.
Yeah,
wrong.
because like imagine playing Modern Warfare 2,
No,
but you instead of getting the perks through a progression system, you had to pay for boxes to get those perks.
be. Oh, it'd be dead water.
Imagine
like
somebody
you have to do in a Call of
having
Duty
to,
now.
Chris, imagine you having to pay to get stopping power
Oh,
in
God.
Modern Warfare.
Even worse. Imagine, okay, because how many of us actually played Ghost? Even just a little bit.
I did, but I don't remember.
I
a lot.
had it.
Okay, so
Never
Ghost.
played it.
Bird, did you play Ghost? 'Cause-
No.
Okay,
Good.
so our live studio audience played Ghost. I played Ghost, and the two of you have also played Ghost, P Crazy and Foxy Steve. So Ghost had this really innovative perk system, and it had like 30 or 40 perks in that motherfucker. I think it was like 7 per like row or something like that. Imagine them doing a loot crate with that because it's that many perks. Right now, Call of Duty is bad because they're making you pay for loot crates to get weapons. And right now, the plus side is some of those weapons are kind of shitty. So, thank God. But other than that, it's just like skins. And shit.
Even
Cosmetic.
Overwatch, it's still pretty
Overwatch-
murky. Because even though it's only cosmetics, you don't know the rate at which what you're going to get stuff with,
Yeah.
and you're not getting a physical product. Like once you're done playing Overwatch, you're done. You can't sell all your stuff to somebody else.
Well, personally, for me, like I'm not a customization kind of guy generally, so none of my Overwatch characters look any different.
Which doesn't make any sense to me. Because you play WWE. And
Right, and I'll make a wrestler, but nowadays I'll make one wrestler because it takes 8 days to make one fucking guy. I don't have that kind of
Yeah,
time.
it's a lot of fucking work.
It's going to take me little to no time. I'm making the sea creature.
The sea
God.
creature.
And he's going to win every belt, even the women's. Because he'll be gender neutral. Because in my day and age, you can't judge anybody on their gender.
Yes, right.
Shit.
Are you judging? Are you assuming my identity? I identify as a World War II bunker.
Yes, I'm assuming your identity.
Are you assuming that he's assuming your gender?
As a World War II bunker?
As a World War II bunker?
Are you assuming that he assumed that you assumed this to be a World War II bunker?
It's wrong for me to assume
I am
you're
a jar of mayonnaise.
I see it.
I identify.
I
as
always knew.
I identify as a coffin.
Thank you. At least Steve understands.
I
me.
identify
You
as
look
a
like more of a
coffin.
mustard guy.
As
to
a
me. It just
coffin?
Yeah, I
I get
identify
that
as
a
a
lot,
coffin.
actually. I really do get
Yeah,
that a
a
lot.
coffin because I like dead men inside me.
Oh.
So these loot crates. You know what's gonna have to
Isn't a coffin kind of a loot crate for the dead?
Some people get buried with jewelry, so yes. Don't go grave robbing, kids.
You know,
Unless it's October 31st. Woo!
Spooky, scary,
Spooky, scary, spooky, scary, spooky, scary, spooky, scary.
have you ever watched Adam Ruins Everything?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you seen the episode where he spoofed the Magic School Bus?
I think
No.
I've heard of that. Adam ruins everything.
It's fantastic. You need to watch it. I think you still have some cable at your house. If not, just look it up on the internet.
I'm
He
looking
did
it
an
up right now.
episode where they were doing he was like, we're gonna look at King Tut, and Adam was like, ooh, that's not a good idea, and it explained mummies. It was like, what it was is mummies only grew into popularity, and the only reason King Tut is popular because he was such a shitty fucking king because he was 16 and died at like the age of 20.
It was bad.
He was so shitty, he did nothing, and nobody remembered him. And everybody had these extravagant burial sites, and people kept stealing the stuff in the tombs because people were like, "Oh, this is the mummy craze, and these look cool, so let's just steal the stuff out of it." And they thought they gathered anything until somebody stumbled across this tomb that was just extra shitty, and it was King Tut's.
Oh.
And they took that and it was like, "Look at this mummy that nobody's heard of. He's got to be extra important." Nope. He was King Tut, who was extra shitty, and that's the only reason people remember King Tut.
Yeah, he was terrible.
He did nothing and was useless.
Just like Donald Trump.
Like Donald Trump.
Never remember for a long time for being shitty.
People gonna remember him because his hair looks way too fake.
Your hair's fake.
And that lovely he spoke. Did you know he spoke with the president of the Virgin Islands?
I heard about that. I don't know what he said.
This motherfucker's like, I went to the Virgin Islands and spoke with the president. It's like, hey jackass. That's fucking you. It's just like,
You fucking spoke to yourself? You went over there and spoke to a fucking mirror?
And people ate that shit up because they're stupid.
Because the Virgin Islands, if people don't know, it's a U.S. territory.
It's a U.S. territory.
That's
And
what-
people ate it up because they were like, I don't know what the fuck a Virgin Island is, but it's probably hot.
I mean, he spoke to the fucking president there.
He's the
He
president.
probably walking up to a fucking bum or something and just says, hey man, look, shit's getting
What do you want
fucked.
me to do here? Spare change? I could spare for some change. And he left.
Wow.
What fine times to be alive.
Oh, we're gonna die.
Hey, well, while we're doing it, we can see what we can get from this loot crate job.
Wow.
Let's see how I brought it back. Well, you know,
I like that you brought us back to that. That was cool.
honestly, people are gonna just vote with their wallet. If they really, or if they're that offended by it, don't get the game, and that will tell these people. But then, at the same time, them not getting the game is why they're trying to do this. They're doing this to get sales, to make money. If nobody's buying the
They're
game,
doing
they're
it
not
to-
making money.
EA prints money.
Yeah.
There's
They have too many strong intellectual properties that are even.
they're the
They're
only
good on a base level, but then they get extra money because people don't.
for starters, they're the only people that make NFL games.
True.
Yeah, which
They
still pisses me
print
off to
fucking
this
money,
day.
and they have loot crates in there.
Oh,
With their
NFL,
fucking
FIFA,
Ultimate-
And then FIFA, which is the world's most popular fucking football game.
Battlefield,
And then
Battlefront probably do well.
the ultimate team in FIFA is. And then Battlefield has the fucking loot crate system, which does give you weapons and shit. But luckily, they're just cosmetic, like slight improvements to weapons, and not like weapons you need. If they were weapons you need, I would have never played Battlefield 1.
But they're gonna. A lot of publishers and developers are listening to people because people are pissed, clearly, and a lot of people are actually going back before the games come out and changing it. It's like Forza. Forza 7 said, because normally in Forza you earn more credits by the way you drive and the way if you turn off more of the driver assistance stuff in the
Yeah,
game,
you get more money.
you get more money. Now
And I never turned it off because I'm stupid.
they're testing having that stuff in loot crates instead, the credits, that kind of thing. And they were like, well, you have to pay for it now, but you would have to pay for it later unless nobody fucking deals with that shit in this game. And apparently the game isn't something that great anyway. So just Forza 7's out, right?
Yeah, it's out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think everybody's it's not really selling that well.
You want to know why? Because nobody fucking wants to play anything on Xbox One.
True, and people probably want Horizon 4 and rather than 7 at this point.
That's because Horizon has spoiled everybody.
Yep.
Horizon was so adventurous and different, and then when they came out the Hot Wheels shit, people were like, "Yo, this is crazy." Some people went into GameStop because I know people who work there, and they were like, some people just wanted the Hot Wheels thing and didn't know it was a part of Forza Horizon.
That's funny.
They didn't know. They were just like, "I want to play that Hot Wheels game," and they're like, "No, that's Forza. What's that?" I'm like,
it's funny to me, just not
adults, not
Well-
kids, adults.
Well, I'm not surprised because look who got voted as our president.
I know a Hot Wheels track with fucking legs.
He's the same color as a Hot Wheels track. Anywho,
Definitely is. Was
And we're all getting beat by it.
right.
I hate this country. Whip.
I know you want to go to Canada and feel worse.
But
They have no money.
At least I'd be able to take care of myself.
With what money?
With
They
what
have-
money?
I have a terrible economy right now. Straight in the toilet.
It's gonna be better than ours in 8 years if Trump still runs it in a new round.
I am very. I don't know. He's not going another term.
We can dive into it right now.
I
Finish
honestly,
this
I'd be,
term.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did a second term though.
If
He ain't
does
gonna do a second term.
He's not gonna do a second term.
There's talks of Republicans running against him, which is unprecedented.
Oh, I see what you did. Yeah, there's no because a lot of people who even voted for him are pissed at him for not coming through with the things he said he was going to do for them.
He ain't
Which
did
who
jack.
didn't see that coming?
well,
Shit,
I knew that.
I knew. I'm like, he ain't gonna do nothing. Why are y'all voting?
The whole presidential,
because he wasn't black.
the whole presidential race was nothing but tall tales. And if it wasn't from him, it was from Hillary. And if it wasn't from Hillary, it was from Bernie. And then Bernie got out because they were like, his ideas are good, but who's got the money for that shit?
The sad thing is that people still don't
Exactly.
realize there's more than two choices. You don't have to go with one.
Who
Right.
are they, Steve?
People need to actually do research and
Who
find out.
are they, Steve?
Oh, who was the Green Party?
She's a fucking idiot.
Donald McFuckerson?
No,
I don't know.
it was
Dr.
somebody.
Jill Stein.
Jill Stein. No, not her. There was somebody else too.
There was a Jill Stein.
There was another guy.
Oh,
from
I
the,
know-
from
I
the
know.
Libertarian
I
Party.
remember
Gary
the
Johnson?
Gary Johnson.
Yeah, he's an idiot too.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you want though?
He's
Who do you
nuts.
want? Or
I voted for these nuts.
hopefully this whole thing has made people who aren't normally engaged with politics pay more attention, so you have better options by the time this shit comes around. Because honestly, by the time the primaries and shit come around, it's fucking too late. You've already wasted time before getting anybody in the limelight, so now you have all these wonderful shitty choices rather than bring up somebody that you can do.
Steve, the problem with presidential elections, it's not American Idol. If you could vote by a text,
I mean,
you know how many people
we
would just do
we
that?
did elect a reality star.
Would be amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, we literally did. Honestly, I'm like, oh, this is gonna
That's
be
why
the
I'm
most
voting for The Rock.
entertaining couple of years.
Would you rather have Flavor Flav and have him choose his bitches as the presidential?
Can it just be like The Bachelor or something like that? Can we? Or
God.
just,
Yeah, Rock does want to run for president in 2020.
I'm gonna vote for Dwayne for the right fucking Johnson.
Fuck yeah, me too. Because I fucking love the Rock.
That's hard though.
Our
I'm
government
not.
has become a joke.
Do I want to vote for the
It'd be
Rock?
incredible.
or
No, I'm
Kanye?
not.
Why not?
He's a Republican.
Definitely not voting for Kanye.
I don't really care at this point.
I do.
Don't vote for Kanye. He gonna kill us all.
Kanye gonna kill himself before killing
Kanye's
us all.
insane.
Kanye's fat.
He's fine. He got dad bod.
You know what? I'm not voting for Kanye because that means there's going to be a Kardashian as a first lady.
Oh,
no.
Oh, hell no.
Exactly.
No.
Well, I mean,
No.
There's
bro.
already a Trump.
I like,
True.
and Ivana Trump thick as fuck. Like, Ivana?
I don't know.
Ayanda?
They're fake people with fake
I don't
names.
know, man. His wife is looks
Trump's
like a fucking
wife.
ferret.
in
That's
quotations.
Melania, isn't it?
Trump's wife, in quotations, is fine.
Whatever.
His
she
wife is fucking
I don't know.
ugly.
Thank you.
Compared to Trump, she's fine.
Harold
That's
Grace.
not saying much.
This is my logic. She can get it.
But let me say this. I
Nigga,
feel like
I would put my dick in a lemon.
let me tell. No standards.
Well, that's a
we got-
sour situation.
Let me say this.
We
Let
got
me say
what
this.
is
Wow.
What's the name
Only
of
one
that
person
fucking
heard
orange
it.
that was on YouTube?
Annoying orange.
We got an annoying orange for president and an ugly lemon.
Yo, she's
And I'm
a
a
sugar baby.
and I'm a-
It's
Hell yeah, I'll put some sugar on that lemon and fuck the hell out of it.
Dude, no, like,
So,
honestly,
is it
she
right
is
we
a
call it
sugar
a
baby that got
sourpuss?
trapped in this shit.
Got a sour patch.
I feel, honestly, well, sorry, I think, like, Melanda? Some shit, I don't know. Melania, I don't know her fucking name. But I feel like she got trapped in this whole presidential thing. Because now she has to act like she's a wife. She just wanted a visa. That's all.
I'm 99.9% sure she's a mail order bride that got in too deep and can't escape.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
You can see the pictures and she's just like, I don't want to fucking be here.
She doesn't want to do this.
Like,
The whole speech and everything, that was
cool
all of
when it was off the side on Shark Tank. He wasn't really doing that, but he's president now, so everybody knows. She's like, dang.
Fuck, now this dude gotta be a fucking president.
I look bad.
Like the whole thing, her speech, that was from Michelle Obama's speech. Like she took all of that shit. She don't know anything about this stuff. She's not even from this country. She got trapped. She is stuck. Now she has to act like she's enjoying this shit. Can you imagine what sex is like with him? She has to pretend that she likes that shit.
I bet it's some real hot, dry action.
It's some dry shit.
You know what? I don't imagine them having sex. I feel like it's like Spartacus, where they're just fucking various partners.
Oh yeah, probably.
They're rarely ever fucking each other. It's always like somebody else, and they know of it.
Or it's always missionary.
Or from behind.
With the lights off,
But
and
the whole time
the
he
penis,
says, yeah,
penis is pulled right to those
yeah.
presidential.
It's really good.
I'm coming, I'm done.
I'm coming, and I'm done.
Oh, you thought I came?
I have
fake
completed.
news. I'm back in it.
I've completed.
I have completed.
I mean, come on.
I'm exasperated.
I don't think she's that attractive. I'm sure a lot of
I may be
guys think
wrong.
she's attractive.
I may
but
be wrong, or maybe I'm thinking of his daughter.
She looked like a squirrel that got punched in the
I
face.
think Melania's the wife, and then who you were.
Ivanka's the daughter because he named her after his ex-wife, who he's obsessed with. He's more obsessed with his daughter than he is his wife because his daughter looks like his ex-wife.
What's the fuck his daughter? There you go. Like, all right, I ain't got no.
Okay, it is his daughter. I'm definitely not thinking of his daughter. His daughter can get this penis.
That particular penis attached
standard.
to your body.
This penis.
That standard issue.
No, but yeah, like I.
Time to show you my ultimate technique.
Oh, that is his wife. She looked like she did suck a lemon.
I told you.
No,
She
she
is
sucks an orange.
She sucks an orange.
Tell me, she doesn't. She
sucked
looks
them
like
both
a,
at
she
the
looks like a
same
ferret,
time.
don't she? Don't she look like a ferret?
She's like a ferret.
I don't. Yes.
Yeah, I was
It's
thinking
that
of it.
pointy ass face of
her.
hers.
I was thinking of his daughter.
Yeah.
His
Like,
daughter.
I was judging for a
Yes.
second, my nigga. I ain't even gonna lie.
Okay.
but like I'm saying, I'm sure a lot of guys think the first lady of the president is attractive. I don't think she is, but like think about it. Like you think anyone like her that used to be a model would date Donald Trump?
But think about
Who
what
would
people
be
say
with
they
Donald
think she's
Trump if
attractive.
he was
Everybody
Donald
saw a
Trump?
naked photo, they saw tits, they were like, yo, I'd hit. And nah, bruh. I didn't even think that picture looked all that great.
Honestly, no. She wouldn't fuck Donald Trump if he was Donald Trump. Okay.
What? Wait.
Not to take this off of the Trumps here, but would y'all watch a sex tape of the Obamas?
Hell yeah.
No, I don't.
No.
I see.
I would feel very horrible. Like,
Take
man,
that back. Take that back.
Because
Maybe.
think about it,
I
Barack
don't know.
is fit as fuck.
He's pretty good. He's pretty. He's got
Michelle,
and she's nice.
It's pretty thick.
She's real nice.
Okay, if it was his daughter that's 18, I'd probably watch.
No, I can't.
bruh, you took that too far. No, bruh.
18-year-old.
Here's my thing. I have a problem with
I bet
porn.
she be doing them splits on them dicks.
I got a problem with porn with recognizable people in it.
That's true.
I can't. I don't like celebrity sex tapes and stuff like that.
Can't you watch China?
No, it has to be people
Man, we
I
gotta
don't
watch China.
know. It's gotta be
Big-ass
people I
clitters of
don't
hers.
know. I've never met. I like it when it's like just amateur people with a webcam or a fucking cell phone camera or something. That way it feels like I'm just in the room with them, just like in a corner, just kind of watching.
You got a weird ass fetish, man.
No, bruh.
Hey guy.
Hey, I fuck with that too,
You.
Steve. I fuck with
You're a
that.
cuck.
I'm not. I just
Yeah,
watch porn.
I've been down for that. Go ahead.
I just watch porn and hentai. That's all I do.
I just imagine you
I
come
found the hentai.
I'm like, go for it.
Hentai's just hilarious.
just hey Harold, I'm Steve. You see my significant other? Fuck him. I'll record.
I'll record.
I got Cheez-Its.
I got cheeses.
I got a bowl of Cheez-Its and a bottle of ketchup. Let's go.
Ketchup pour.
But Jesus, not for the.
I'm sure we're gonna lose.
I got caramel
listeners
for
on
the
this.
for the ass.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
this is more fucked than the loot box situation.
Hey Steve.
It's a fucked situation. We nothing to do about it. Just, yeah, that's. And anyway, for loot boxes, just don't get the game. Here we go. Loot boxes, don't get the game. The Trump situation, vote for somebody else.
And Steve.
Anybody else. I don't care. Donkey, a double.
Bring back Harambe.
Yes, got it. Got it. 6-sided die.
What
Go
about
for
Knuckly Kong?
Knuckly Kong, vote for Donkles.
Hey Steve, I have a question for you. What's worse than finding a worm in your apple?
What, Chris?
Worm your ass.
The Holocaust.
Oh.
That is much worse. That is
Chris,
much
these
worse.
anti-jokes, man. I don't like where this is going.
Man, we're gonna
I'm sorry.
lose listeners and viewers.
I'm
and
sorry,
shit.
I was watching Game Grumps and they were reading off anti-jokes. I was like, there's got to be like more of these, and I just became fucking enthralled with how hilarious these are. to me.
What you got there?
Okay, I told you this one last night, but Davey didn't hear us, and I know he'll laugh at that.
Yeah, I'm already laughing already.
Davey, what's sad about 4 black people in a Cadillac going over a cliff?
What?
They were my friends. See?
That's so fucked up.
What's the
The visuals.
That's so dark. That shit made me cry. You got another one?
Oh, I got plenty. Hey,
Let
Dave.
me another one.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Dave.
Dave who?
Dave proceeds to break into tears as his grandmother's Alzheimer's has progressed to the point where she can no longer remember him.
Oh.
I love jokes like those. They're so literal and so just realistic. It's just they're not even jokes. They're just I don't even know how to explain it. It's just fucked up. I love that.
Oh my god.
Oh,
man,
I'm reaching over.
you know.
And my old game collection here.
Oh, I do have to read you this one.
Last thing of Warcraft I bought. Pandaria.
Okay, I have to read another one.
Pandas?
Panda.
A horse walked into a bar.
Can't even install this.
I know this one.
Several people got up as they spotted and left in the potential danger in the situation.
There's a fucking horse in the bar.
It's a fucking horse.
Holy shit, it's a fucking horse in the bar. Why are you touching my face?
So I was going through my time hop earlier and
Can't put
noticed
pressure
on
on
Twitter, a friend of mine, I'm not going to put their name out here, but they said they were going to start answering phones. I'm like, thank you for calling the abortion clinic. You make them, we take them. How can I help you?
Oh, wow.
When I tell you.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Whoa.
Wouldn't it be better if they said, you make them, we scrape them?
Whoa.
Whoa.
No!
I mean, if you want to go cheap, we're using a wire coat hanger.
You know what's bad? Running over a baby. You know what's worse?
What?
Pulling it off the tires.
You know what's the worst?
Jesus.
Holocaust.
Gee, yeah, that's worse.
Roses are red. Violets are blue. I have Alzheimer's. Cheese on toast.
Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's
Oh
bad.
my god.
I love the fact.
Dude, this is sound like the earlier days of our podcast.
I love the fact that Steve was like, I don't. Oh my god. His pure face. I'm like, what? I don't get it.
Delete it!
What?
Delete.
Oh.
Delete.
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 Delete. Delete. Delete. Delete. Delete. Delete. Delete. Delete. Delete.
Delete. Oh.
I'm about to delete both of you.
Another problem.
Are you gonna render us obsolete?
Ooh.
Another problem
I don't know if I should
to go
answer that.
along with the loot crate
okay.
situation is the whole DLC situation.
This a DLC situation?
Oh boy.
Yes,
there's this
where
rank.
It exists.
I'm gonna take Zelda as an example.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
Because you already paid $60 for Breath of the Wild.
Yep.
And they're releasing more story for it
Yep.
Word.
after the fact. When you
Ballad
already paid
of
$60 for it.
Champions?
Now, okay,
Yeah, champion.
if you paid like $20 and then you paid like an extra 20 for the next part and then an extra 20 for the next part, I feel like that'd be fine. But if you already paid $60 for your game,
In other words, you just want the whole game for 60.
just give me the whole fucking game. If you want to add extra frilly shit like fluff, go for it. Like Tales of Berseria. $60, you get a full game, and the only DLC is costumes for your character that you can buy if you want. That's it. The game is complete. It is done. It is full, and there's just extra cosmetics that you can buy. You don't have to roll for them. You don't have to fucking roll the dice so you can get that legendary Zenyatta skin that you hate because you never played Zenyatta and you just fucking hate yourself after that. you can just buy what you want. Or something like Cuphead, where it's just a one-time price, $20. You get the full game, no strings
15,
attached.
I think.
No, it's
No bullshit.
It's 20. Oh, it's 20. Oh,
And it's a good game. So I hear. I haven't played it, but I can applaud that they go with that model. Just one time, you get the full thing.
When Davey comes back, we can talk about Cuphead because he's played it.
Davey ain't shit. He ain't never here anyway. What else?
He's in the bad thing.
Simply mandated. Never here to do any work.
So,
But I don't really have an issue with DLC as long as it's done right. Like, if it's story, I don't really mind extra story content as long as the story that I played through does feel complete.
the only DLC, excuse me, that I actually find fine is extra content to the game. That's why I don't mind, like, content for, like, fighters, because it's, like, usually characters, and I'm like, okay, that's more stuff for me to play. There's, like, stuff like Call of Duty, because it's maps, because it's like, okay, that's more maps. You'll play, like, 10, 15 maps at launch, and you're like, okay, I kind of want something different. Unless the fucking maps suck, and then I'm just upset. But shit like horse armor.
Okay, well that's
bringing it way back.
Or it tells a Vesperia where you're sitting here fucking spending money
buying
on
gold.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that shit pissed me off. I'm sorry, Gil. Fuck that game. You were spending money on Gil as DLC. I was like, you guys don't know what the fuck to do.
I don't think it was
You
called
could
Gil.
do that.
Yes,
Yes.
you could. You could buy
That
all
was
kinds of
fucking
shit.
bullshit. I never realized. I forgot.
It had a
I
huge
forgot.
list of stuff you could buy.
I forgot all about that. I know it gave you like some free starter pack stuff.
Yes, it did.
It gave you like some gels and some equipment to like heal
Yeah,
and
but
stuff.
then you could keep buying gels.
I
Fucking
had
Persona 5 has DLC, but it's like
It's like
cosmetic,
yeah, it's not like
except for the actual personas you can use. They actually have some of the personas from the older Persona games.
no, just fun things like that. But the game,
But they're
the base,
only
the
like
game is there.
$1.
Yeah. Here's the like The Witcher 3. That game by itself is huge. Full story, way too many side quests.
Way too many.
Full game. And there's DLC after the fact. I think that's fine. There's story DLC, everything, because if you played that base game, there's plenty of game in there for any casual person that wants to go through that campaign and feel like they completed something. And then if they
you get an expansion. It's it
Yeah.
can't even be called DLC. It's a fucking expansion.
it's an expansion. Yeah.
It's a game within itself.
That's fine. I feel like a lot of this DLC has evolved. It is getting better in a lot of ways. It's kind of like people are looking at games differently. Like a lot of people back in the day, before like Limbo came out, when Limbo was first coming out, it's like, oh, this is a good game for DLC. It couldn't just be a good game. Now
Oh, you mean like the same mantra we had over cell phone games? Like
it's a good game for a cell phone game.
Where we had that same conversation.
It's a good game for a Wii game.
Did you have a good conversation about it?
Yeah, we had a very good conversation.
Man,
That day my gooch was really itchy.
Okay.
Ooh.
Got pancakes. Anyway.
Caught me mid yawn. That's nah, bro.
I remember that.
Oh, but then
Alan Reeson did.
he
He recently did an interview with Prince Ish, and I asked the question to Alan. I was like, "What happened to the gooch?" And he was like, "My partner got busy with work and never had the free time to actually do it."
wasn't it Malik?
No, it was
Ray.
His coworker, and it was like, cool. This is kind of funny. You guys only have to record it once a week. And Alan's definition of editing was always kind of like take the video, upload it, and add annotations, which was always the most hilarious thing to me. I was like, Alan, we can edit it for you. Put like an intro and an outro and call it a day. Nah, I got it.
He did say that. Yep, I remember that.
And Malik wants to work with us. It's just a smart move. But
Damn.
I would love to see the Gooch come back. And get
Hell yeah, because I miss being on the gooch.
I always found the name hilarious, but the funny part about it is that that's a smart idea because the name of the show is so interesting. You kind of want to know what it is.
Yeah,
It's a attention grabber.
Yeah, it's an attention grabber. It's very mindful of your audience. It's like, let's have something where if you scroll past it, the gooch.
I also never thought I said the words, I love to see the Gooch come back. Taken out of context, that sounds fucked. Why do I want to see a Gooch? Why do I want to see it come back?
That gooch come
Where did it even go?
I mean,
Look at that big ass gooch.
I mean, if you want to get it on with my gooch,
The underside.
I'm down.
I don't shave.
Oh.
That is disgusting.
How is that
Does it
disgusting?
grow?
Then again, I really can't talk shit because I don't shave either. Down there.
Who the fuck am I fucking?
Man, you're right.
I ain't got no bitches. My dick's too small. That's why I need phones.
So, Davey, tell us about Cuphead.
Talk about
I just played that earlier today.
and you died a lot.
I did. I'm fighting this boss. He's a sunflower, and
Spoilers.
he does this dance, and
He starts out so happy. And
he
and
starts
then
off
you get
really
him,
happy.
Like, yeah, bitch, you would have come to suck this dick. It's like, what the hell is wrong with this thing?
What's our spoiler thing?
A spoiler thing?
Oh,
Like
it's-
our thing that we do whenever we have spoilers?
What, collateral damage?
Yeah.
Talk about it
Collateral
anyway.
It's like the first boss, so it's super
Yeah,
collateral.
everyone's seen this boss.
Oh,
before.
you've just started.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
not.
I've seen the last boss.
You haven't seen this boss at all.
Well,
Yes,
we're
no.
sorry, Mr. Crazy. We have ruined your experience. Davey, you owe him $20.
Well, I
Run it,
guess-
nigga.
Oh,
I don't have it on me.
well, there goes that. Out the window again,
No,
baby
I'm
with
kidding.
the bathwater.
I'm kidding. Proceed.
We're not going to censor that out.
I don't care that
You're gonna
much.
kill.
I want to play Cuphead, but I don't care that much.
Huh?
Cuphead's good. It's really good. I don't think it's really hard. I feel like
you just suck a lot.
shut the hell up. I feel like the enemy is the player itself. You just really have to time your jumps and your shots.
That's every game.
Be
though.
very careful.
Right.
It's a lot of. Like,
It's
like-
not that hard.
He tried to take this shit extra deep.
I don't know.
How dare you?
It's not that hard. You just have to learn how to do the mechanics and be really good at the game and not get hit, and then you can beat it.
Like Crash Bandicoot.
It's like that's how games work.
Well, I know that's how games work.
As I understand it, people aren't like it's not an issue. It's not like an issue with like bad level design or bad pacing, or it's just you know what you did wrong,
Yeah.
and you just
Trial and
eventually-
error.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
That's
Dark
how it
Souls was as well.
Yep.
People realize, oh, okay, I died to that.
No, Dark
as
Souls
long
is
as I dodge
bullshit.
backwards, it won't happen.
No, that game
Until they dodge
bullshit.
backwards, and it's like he pulls out some new shit, and you're just like, what the fuck was that? I didn't even grab my souls back.
I still say Dark Souls gets somehow people give that game a pass for having shoddy controls.
I just can't get into that.
I don't think it has shoddy controls.
Me neither.
Like, which one did you play?
Well, there's Dark Souls 1. That's why I played a bit of that one.
I didn't play Demon Souls.
Because Dark Souls
You got
1
fucked. You made a bad
controls.
decision.
Sure.
Demon Souls is hard as
I'll give you Dark Souls 1 controls. I played Scholars of the First Sin, which is basically Dark Souls 2.5.
Every person I know is.
And it felt fine. I haven't played Dark Souls 3 yet because I'm waiting for it to go on sale because I'm cheap as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Word.
It's gone on sale a few times, but it's not been that.
I'm talking like
He wanted for
70,
$5.
75% off with the DLC.
Tree fitty.
There you go. Bam.
Tree fitty.
I don't know. I feel like some of Dark Souls, it gets a pass for a lot of stuff. Like the way it wants you to like platform around certain places, but it's not a platforming game.
No, it doesn't want you to do that.
And people just do it.
People just.
People
do it.
just
Well,
do it.
no, there was it Dark Souls 1 or maybe 2? I think Alan was playing it. I think it was, maybe it was a Norlando or something like
I
that.
was
where
gonna
you-
say if it was Alan, then you have a bad base to start with.
Well, that's true. But
Oh!
there was an area where you have to like get on
He
top
got
of
all
the
up in that
roof.
gooch.
You get on top of like a fucking roof, and it's a really awkward way you have to do it, and
Yeah,
you
I know
have
what
to
you're
do
talking
it
about, yeah.
because there's things up there.
That's
So,
Dark
yeah.
Souls 1, and there was Alan, and it was right before finding the brothers.
Yep.
and I'm looking at like, are you supposed to be able to
Because
do this?
you had the guys with they were shooting the spears at you. You had to run across the little.
yeah, tonight, and
walkway
it
to
would
get
knock
to the
you
roof.
off, and I'm like, so this is part of the game, but this feels really off. Like this shouldn't look. You should. It looks like you're not supposed to. Like
I thought you were talking about those weird things where people would dodge roll, and they're like, oh shit, and then like, oh, the platform was right here.
Man, I gotta play some more.
Oh,
games.
yeah.
Speaking of Dark Souls like games.
How many of you play Cuphead at all?
Yeah, mama.
I haven't played it at all.
None of us have had it.
I beat it 3,000 times.
I'm not buying the game.
You're not? Oh.
No, because it costs money.
It's on Xbox.
I love it. I love the art style. I love the music. It's a really fun game.
But you've been anticipating that game since they announced it. So.
Yes, I've been a dick writer for Cuphead for like a while, so
Did it
I've been
meet your
really-
expectations?
Yes, it definitely exceeded them. I can't even get mad at it because every time I do, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna try it again. And like, next thing I know, I'm just playing this shit for like 2 hours. Trying
How many sleepy Davy eyelids out of 10 does it get?
Nah, I just
Sleepy Davy
It's
Island.
9.
I
Yes,
just
I'm
want to
falling
clarify something.
asleep.
This is Xbox One exclusive, right?
Cuphead?
Yes.
Xbox One and PC.
Permanently.
So, 3 years, he was excited about this game.
Yep.
Xbox is really shit. That is the game you've been anticipating the entire time.
I don't
Nope.
know if it's Xbox's problem, but
Yes, it is.
It is a problem.
It's an Xbox first party problem. There have to be
more
games.
I'm still butthurt about Scalebound getting canceled. I'm sorry, that's just me. I'm still butthurt about that.
You should be butthurt.
I have mixed feelings about it. Because I didn't really care that much about it. It looked cool. It did look cool, but I'm
not. I sold that shit and put it towards a PC.
That's a shame though for the diehard Xbox people out there.
This was my first dive into the Xbox world.
I was a diehard Xbox fan. I was like, fuck PS3 at first. It's all Team 360. And then Metal Gear 4 came out, and I was like, "Shit, I want to play that."
Yeah, I kind of like.
And then they remember that long-standing rumor: Metal Gear Solid 5 or 4 is coming to 360.
Yeah, they were like, "Nah, I can't do that. We had to put that on like 7 discs for you to play it."
Yeah, not a chance. That game is stranded on PS3. You aren't gonna see it on any other platform.
And ever. I feel bad because I actually really like Metal Gear Solid 4.
4 was phenomenal.
I thought that game was really
that
good.
was like more than a game. That was art.
Is that a game I should play?
Yes.
No.
Because
Bert, I really want you to play it
at this point.
No, fuck you, Steve.
Steve,
I
are you out your
damn?
No,
I want to segue into this. Into you know that list that we were sharing on Facebook.
Oh
like
yeah,
the video game stuff. A game that you think everybody should play because. We have a whole bunch of people
not a game I think everybody should play. But I think you should play it because you like Snake Eater, and you're the fucking shit for that.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
That is my favorite Metal Gear as well.
I fucking love Snake
I was going to say if you play Snake Eater or not. If he didn't play Snake Eater already, I was going to say fuck 4 and play Snake Eater.
Fucking Alan played 4, though. And he loved the game. And Alan loved the game.
He just really made me mad the way he played it. But
I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about the positive.
You ain't gotta explain. I'm sure Alan, he just like had all the weapons and just
Alan just ran in and started shooting.
That's
shit.
Alan.
It's like Snake Eater is the best Metal Gear, or on console, and then maybe Peace Walker.
I would probably put Snake Eater and then 4. I think Peace Walker's good, but I love 4.
4 is my favorite. Then Snake Eater. That's just me.
I just like the theme of Snake Eater and everything about it. But 4 is so good.
4 is good. I just have problems with 4 because I feel like it's the same issue I had with Xenosaga. You're just sitting there and you're sitting there, watching this ridiculous story, watching it and watching it and watching it and watching it.
You don't want to skip because you don't want to miss anything. So
you gotta understand though, if you played all the Metal Gear games, that's something you anticipated. Now this was the longest run times for cutscenes ever in Metal Gear, but
15 minutes
was not out of the norm. This wasn't
for Metal Gear.
Yes,
no, it wasn't out of the norm at all.
That's true.
The run times were just longer for these than the previous ones. That's all.
You should play Metal Gear, but to do that, you would have to buy a PlayStation 3.
That is also the problem.
And then buy the game. The game is dirt cheap, but you have to buy PS3.
The game is $1.
Which is crazy.
You can find that game in a game.
They don't have it.
Anybody should play it.
They don't have it on like the PS4 Virtual Store.
No,
I don't know.
That game can't run on the PS4. They would have to actually remake
they have it run on the
because
PS4?
of the cell processor. That game was made for PS3 and
that
nothing
is
else.
Horseshit. That makes me more upset than Bird not being able to play it. They made fuck them.
It's just because of the cell technology, yeah. So that's why it's stranded there. That's why they would have to actually Twin Snake that motherfucker, remake the damn game.
You want to play another good Metal Gear? Play Twin Snakes.
Yeah, Twin Snakes is great.
I actually have Twin Snakes, but it's on the GameCube.
So is that a remake of 1 or 2?
Yeah. It's only on GameCube.
My man.
Because I've only played 3, and
the first one is
played 5.
I put it to you this way. I would. We're not even gonna talk about 5 right now. Me and Chris have some. We're not getting.
I'll just say this. Here's what I did. I played the first chapter and I didn't play the second. So I'm like, hey, everybody says that one sucks, so I'm just gonna act like I beat the game.
Yeah.
That's a good way to think. Because I saw the ending of the game.
I haven't. So no spoiler for me, but I'm still.
Spoiler. This game's like 3 years old.
Is it that old?
It's pretty old.
Maybe no. I think
it's
2 years old. It's 2 years old.
I will tell you, Harold, that once I found out the twist, I lost all desire to play the game.
Well, I know it's
it also explains a lot about certain things with the game too. That certain questionable things, but before it came out, explains a lot of that shit off as to why they made those choices.
Hell, damn, I lost my train of thought.
Anyway, for me, I know it's 2 years old, but it's just playing that one in comparison to all of the other Metal Gears. It just does not suck me in like 1 through 4.
It really doesn't.
It actually has that same issue for you that Zelda does.
It fucking does.
It does.
It sucked me the fuck in. You know what it is? It's the open world meme. I know I'm not supposed to do this, but I need to emphasize what motherfucking shit is.
And
It's the open world meme. Everything is open world.
And I'm pretty sure once I get to some of the story content, I know I'll understand it because I've been so balls deep into the Metal Gear story, and I'm so interested. I'll probably love it, love it more later.
But see, I'm sorry to cut you off, but because he was speaking about the open world thing. But that's why I think you like Metal Gear Solid 4 because it feels extra open because it's really big. But it's still not open world.
Yeah,
I feel like I was just on a fucking roller coaster. That's what I felt like I was on.
Like it wasn't linear, but it was like very open to get lost in the world of Metal Gear 4.
That's how Metal Gear 3 was.
Yeah, and it's kind of, but 4 is kind of like that, but on a bigger scale, and it's not all in forest.
Yeah, it's in cities.
Like it goes everywhere.
Like war-torn cities and like desert area.
It's like, got a lot of fun moments to it. It's got a lot of very fun moments.
Actually,
to it.
what I would say because of one part in Metal Gear Solid 4, I'm
Play
not.
Twin Snake.
Yeah, play Twin Snakes
I was
first.
thinking the same
yeah,
thing.
so you know what I'm talking about.
So you're saying don't play Metal Gear Solid 1.
Oh,
play Twin
I know what
Snakes.
you're talking about.
I mean, you can play either one. Twin
I
Snakes
was
is just
like,
a better version.
what?
Yeah.
I think in your case because you don't. It's kind of hard to get a copy of Twin Snakes because it is kind of expensive and you need either a Wii or GameCube.
Usually, I found it at the exchange for about $50 every time I see it.
Jesus.
I mean, we don't promote piracy, but heaven forbid you could just run.
Yeah, you could just emulate the game.
I don't care. Just up to you. However you play Twin Snakes,
Or you
play
can buy
it.
from GameStop.com for like 30, 40 bucks.
Just played it. No.
Yeah. I mean, you can play.
Even the first one's really good. It's just kind of aged.
Yeah, that's all.
Because I know I was reading some things where like some people didn't like the traditional camera of Metal Gear Solid 3 because like in the first 2 games you had a radar and that was missing in Metal Gear Solid 3 because it quote unquote wasn't invented at the time.
I think they.
And then there's some people that prefer what's it called, Substance,
Yeah.
because it has that over the shoulder camera view for the game.
Oh no, subsistence.
Subsistence.
For 3.
2 was substance, then 3 was subsistence. Yeah.
Which one had the skateboarding?
2.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2 had that weird Tony Hawk thing.
Yeah, that was weird as fuck.
I was like, why? Now, Bird, if you want to be completely honest, you want me to be real with you?
I mean,
I'm gonna give you.
You are my brother that originated from Africa.
Brother.
If you want a Metal Gear game for me to recommend to you,
Play Metal Gear 3 again.
I'm gonna give you 4 words.
Oh no.
Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. That is my shit. I've beaten that game 6 times.
For a second.
I've beaten that game 6 fucking times, Bird. Yeah. That soundtrack gets my dick hard.
I'm on the last boss and I haven't beat it because I'm not good at games.
Steve had
play games.
Steve had the game and got to the last boss, and he's still at the last boss, and it's been like
Manny Mango did the same thing.
Oh, it's been over a year.
It's been over a year.
I like to
I
watch
bought the
Chris
game.
play.
I am at the end of Metal Gear Rising.
Actually, a week.
I'm at the end of Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'm at the end of Sonic Mania.
I literally
just beat these games.
Just finish them.
I got 65 hours in the Persona.
I played
Did you still
through
finish?
it,
No.
beat him, and stopped it before the cutscene played to spoil all the rest of the cutscene, and he still hasn't beaten it. I talk about him to this day.
I was explaining to Steve, I was like, because you were like, man, every time I get to him, he keeps killing me. And I was like, you got to wait for him to hit up the rock so you can get health packs.
Right.
And you just never went back to do it.
No. What's fucked up is half of that, for a large portion of that boss fight, there's a lot of like cutscene, quick time event sequences you got to try to master.
Oh, there's no quick time.
Is it not quick time?
There's no quick time.
Oh, what is it? Oh, no, he's just attacking you. He's just attacking
They
you.
give you cinematics.
And you have to parry during the cinematics.
Yeah.
And I have like a corner of health left. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm probably going to die during this entire thing. I didn't get hit once during the whole first half of the boss fight. So I get to the second part where the actual fight is with the same no fucking health.
Oh my God.
And so I'm trying to fight this motherfucker who is pretty much Donald Trump.
No, he is Donald Trump.
Yeah.
It all goes back to him. The game's trying to warn us.
Steroids.
And I with no fucking health in the first place. So I'm just struggling.
What I will say, I agree. Play Rise of Revenge, but still play
It's
4
not a Metal Gear
first.
game. But
It's
not a Metal Gear game
It's
at all.
technically a sequel to 4.
Actually, yeah, it is.
It is. Some things in Revengeance you'll understand a little bit better if you play 4 first.
The events of Revengeance are still the most recent things that have happened in the Metal Gear lore.
Yeah.
And it's the most non-Metal Gear game. But
Yeah.
so
what you're gonna have to do is
satisfying.
you only beat 3, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so what you're gonna have to do You're gonna have to play Twin Snakes. Play 2.
Fuck,
You don't have to play 3 again if you don't want to.
I mean, I probably should.
But that's up to you.
I could. Who
Then
could
play-
play 3? That
Yeah,
game
you're
is
right.
just
So
good.
play 3 is your own discussion. You already beat it, whatever. Then play 4.
Just spin
And
them
then
around
after
and
you
make me sick.
absorb all that, forget everything you knew about playing Metal Gear, and then play Revengeance. I'm telling you, look, we've done the research.
Oh, find a Nintendo, play or an MSX and play Metal Gear.
Stop.
It's in the lore.
Too much work.
Actually, the HD collection has both of the original Metal
Yes,
Gear.
it did. The Legacy Collection.
Yeah.
That was almost the greatest Metal Gear collection.
Yeah, they didn't put Twin Snakes on that one. I just don't understand.
Because
that.
you can't. That
Yes.
thing, it literally has Mario in it.
Yeah, you're right.
That's such a shitty
There's
thing
like-
about this.
there's like
These games are
80
stranded. Like Twin Snakes is stranded. Fucking.
Oh, guess I gotta put this
Number
out here.
4
Legacy
is
collection. Put it
stranded.
on the Switch.
Ooh.
Or just fuck
You
give
could
us
you
the
could pick up a
virtual
Metal Gear
console.
5 on the Switch if you wanted to. It would run fine on there.
Or
Let's-
not because
Or not, because somebody wants to
nobody wants
do that again.
They would put that fucking Metal Gear zombie game before.
Know what they should do? They should
Oh, I
put it on
forgot
this.
about Metal Gear
They should put like a
Oh wow, I
Finished.
forgot about that too.
version of 5 on the Switch. Just like
Oh, like the definitive.
just have
game?
like what the fuck is Kojima's new company called?
Oh, it's-
Kojima Inc. I'm just,
No.
I don't make that up.
Kojima.
Kojima.
It's not Project Luden.
No,
Project-
Luton is
Project-
the actual like hurt like that's who that is.
I thought you said Project Gluten.
Me too.
Like gluten.
I thought it was just Kojima Productions now or something like that.
No, it's called Hideo Kojima.
God. Bert, have you ever played Bayonetta?
Have I fucking played Bayonetta?
Yeah, you're gonna love Metal Gear Rising.
Yep.
It's made by Platinum.
You know how much I love Mass Effect? Mass Effect!
Andromeda? I'm kidding, I know.
I think.
Oh no, no, it
I
is just
want to play
Kojima.
Andromeda so
That
bad.
is just
Literally
Kojima
bought it
Productions.
recently, 'cause I'm gonna play it.
You even like Mass
Well,
Effect 3?
I bought it for $18.
I have to replay it.
Good luck.
Once I repeated that one time, I was like, I'm not coming back to this game.
Like, I
already know I'm not coming back.
got Bayonetta and Mass Effect 2 on the same day because they came out on the same day.
That was.
'Cause
That's a rough day.
I was like, I
Yeah.
had Mass Effect 2 pre-order. I'm like, all right, let me check out this Bayonetta demo.
That was
Oh.
easy.
Well, now looking back, yeah.
I was like, let me check out this Bayonetta demo. I played it for like an hour. I'm like, I'm buying this fucking game. I bought it. I'm like, what do I want to play first? Let's play Bayonetta. I watched my roommate beat Mass Effect 2 because I was too busy playing Bayonetta. I just saw him playing it. I'm like, nope. Bayonetta. Titties. Demons. Combos. Mo titties.
Hair.
Bayonetta is fantastic. I really
It
want
is
to
a
play this.
fun fucking game.
I
It
really
is
wanna-
Y'all
great.
think they're gonna put both of them on the Switch?
One
They
and two.
better
They
These
should.
play there.
Do it.
That should have
It'd
stranded.
be a
on the
fucking
Wii U.
crime not
There's been
to.
so much teaser, I know.
That and Smash.
That led to PC.
You say
but-
stranded a lot today.
I have because it's true.
They need to put that and Smash on the Switch.
Oh, Smash is gonna come to the
Or else
Switch.
it's gonna be stranded.
I don't know, I'm starting to lose hope in that one.
Is it going to be
Smash?
Wait,
It'll be
is it
there.
going to be?
Oh, it's
Death
gonna be there.
Stranding?
It's going to be
This
there.
year was way too tight. It didn't need Smash. It didn't need Smash.
Did not need Smash. Next year, maybe. Shit, sorry. Next year, maybe the year after. Yeah, they'll definitely have Smash on the Switch.
But
I mean, I hope so.
Did you? Were you aware of Mass Effect before Mass Effect 2?
Yes,
Okay.
I played the first one.
Okay. A lot of folks were like, "Oh, Mass Effect. Oh, this is the second one.
That
This
Mass
is the first
Effect
one."
trilogy was the best thing to happen
For
in my
me,
life.
you know, I got
Yes.
into BioWare
I didn't have
from
Xbox, so I was like, I
KOTOR,
wouldn't
so I
play
was
the others
like,
and I played one.
"Oh, BioWare has a new RPG out. Oh, it's a sci-fi RPG. Oh, it's KOTOR, but it's modern. It's sci-fi with a different twist. Let me fucking play this Mass Effect game. This is pretty sweet."
Mass Effect 2 was one of the greatest
And
games
what
I've
you
ever
do
Yep.
in the,
Mass
in
Effect.
the
It's on
last
my top-
game,
it's
it
on my top
translates to
10.
the next one.
It
That's
is. Mass Effect
crazy.
2 is one of the greatest.
Yes,
Like, that was.
the best. I love
If
Mass
3
Effect.
didn't end the way it did, I
Love
would
that
have given
fucking
it
game.
to.
it's really hard for me to pick a top 10.
3,
so
I mean,
really
it's-
don't know.
I remember
Two
talking about
was
3 on
great.
like one of our original podcasts. Like 3 would have been my number 1 game of all time if it just didn't end the way it did.
The way it did.
Oh, it was
Everything up until the
worst
ending was
ending.
perfect.
And then you make me
Yeah.
wait all these years for Andromeda for it to come out and be what
Andromeda
it is.
is just, it doesn't hold a candle to the other
I'm
games.
gonna have an opinion about that later. I just bought it. Like I said, I'm gonna finally dive into it.
I'm not going to even touch.
I was telling
Andromeda.
Chris I
kinda
want
shied away
to.
from it.
I'm getting
I didn't
Andromeda.
win it, play
I'm
the
just
upgrade.
waiting
I
until
have
it's
to play
cheaper.
Andromeda. I have to know.
Oh, it's gonna be like $5
I
within the next
can't.
year.
Oh, because it's already like 30, 20, and 30.
It was on sale for like 13.
What?
Andromeda.
I
Andromeda.
just bought it for 18.
That whole studio has been shuttered.
Yeah, that game killed Mass Effect.
They at least for
Yeah,
now,
it's kinda
they have been
For
moved. They've been moved over to EA Motive, which is a support studio for like Battlefront and like that new BioWare game, Anthem.
I can't wait for
Anthem. Yeah.
Which is a real shame. Like,
Hell yeah.
but
I
clearly
can't
they
wait
weren't
for
ready for
or-
that.
I can't wait for that and Biomutant.
I thought you
What's
were
it
going to say
called?
Biofreaks.
No.
I was like, we don't need another
Bio
one.
Meeting.
Mutant.
Mutant.
Meeting?
I never
Where'd you
heard of
hear
that.
meeting?
Right.
I don't know. It's time
They
tired.
just announced Biomutant, that raccoon looking thing that changes forms and all that. And
I'm not impressed.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
I know what you're talking about. I'm not impressed.
they ain't showing much of it. Ain't nothing to be impressed about. I'm just looking forward to it.
It looked kind of plain to me.
You know what?
It looked
God,
kinda
you
plain.
all cut
You
me.
look
It is.
plain Jane.
Hey.
I don't know.
Hey.
I'm just
Those
saying
are nice.
words.
Hay is for horses.
Oh, well, like, hey.
You got a big ass nose.
I don't know.
Well, all right.
So-
I don't have a rebuttal.
So speaking of games that need to make a redemption,
Do you
and
have a
I hate to be
proposal?
the one to even admit this, but how y'all feeling about this new Assassin's Creed is about to drop?
I was telling Chris, I was like,
You
this
know,
I think it's
Do
gonna be
you
Assassin's
not
Creed.
care?
I haven't
I
played
do.
Assassin's Creed since I was extremely disappointed in 3.
Oh, so you missed all the You missed the darkest days.
Actually, the only one I actually completed was 2. Like the first.
I'm
Yep,
going
the
to tell
first
you
two.
this. 2 is fantastic.
Yes, it is.
Two is arguably the best. My
That
favorite
whole
is still
the trilogy of games was fantastic.
my favorite Assassin's Creed game is not Revelations. It's the one
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood. That's my favorite.
Revelations
I fucking
is my
love
favorite.
Brotherhood. It
Now,
is.
now, Bert, I will tell you this. Thankfully, it's on Steam. But when you get a chance and it goes on sale, buy Syndicate.
It's
Yeah,
great.
Syndicate. I still gotta finish
You'll
that.
enjoy it.
Syndicate is actually was a good recovery because what was that before?
Unity.
Syndicate? Yeah, Unity.
UNITY.
It's much better than it
I love
was when it
that
came out. But like just overall, it was like, why did you even make this game? Unity just didn't fit
Yeah,
anywhere.
it's a shame too because with the glitches it was bad, but now it's been patched,
That's
right?
what-
No glitches. It went from bad to mediocre.
That's why I didn't play Brotherhood because whenever I
Brother.
tried to play the game, my character would just like float off into nothingness.
You had glitches from Brotherhood?
On my Xbox 360,
Oh, I didn't have any problems.
I had so many problems playing because after I played 2, I'm like I bought Brotherhood and Revelations.
Yeah, Revelations is my absolute favorite. So.
That is fun too. The hook sliding across and stuff like that.
But I've always
Tighten up that
my
storyline.
thing is I will stick by this whole. I don't know how they're about to do Origins. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping they stick to this 2-year cycle instead of doing it every year. So I think that was part of the reason that Assassin's Creed was dying as a series, and then 2. I think it was dying because it lost that whole, current storyline with Desmond. It was like after they killed Desmond, it kind of killed it.
It was
for
like,
me.
why am I
Wait,
even?
Desmond's dead?
Yeah,
Desmond's
he
dead.
died at the end of Revelations.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Now you play as you literally like here's what happens now, right? Because it happened in Black Flag. Now you're playing as an employee
Yeah.
I
of
do know that,
Abstergo,
because
who
I-
is making a video game published by Ubisoft
Right.
in the game. It's like a mess, like a
It's-
meta.
Essentially, you taking Desmond's place. It's really, I don't like it.
What they should have done is they should have just said, fuck the Desmond shit,
Entirely,
and just put it in the old-timey places.
and then that's it. Why do you need to have this current timeline tether? Just
Well, the thing is, I liked it because what I thought they were going to do was lead it to,
To a
point
modern day.
to a modern day, and it was like you were finally going to see the conclusion between the Assassins and the Templars in the current world with Desmond, him acquiring all these skills, learning about his whole ancestry, and it was going to be just one final Assassin's Creed game. And it was just going to be the epic end all be all.
Big old
That's what I
smosh.
thought it was going to
would
go
have been
to.
cool. Would have been cool.
But
Instead-
then they pulled that shit and they killed him. I'm like, oh. And then I thought there was going to be like another person they found in that team. They just kind of like, yeah, fuck it. It killed it for me. So now Assassin's Creed just like the past few, it seemed like they were just like, yeah, let's just throw it in a different timeline and just see how they like it. And
Yeah,
that's pretty much what they're doing.
Yep, and but Syndicate,
like, this is what Assassins looked like in Imperial times. This is what Assassin's Creed looked like during the steampunk age. Fuck all that. Great, but where are we going?
I just like Syndicate. Syndicate is fun.
Yeah, Syndicate on its own is a good game. It's just that it came out at the wrong time. People were already tired of the series, so it didn't sell. And Ubisoft does at least keep their promises. They said we'll stop making Assassin's Creed games when people stop buying them. People stopped buying them after Syndicate, and so they took time off. And Origins
Syndicate was the last one.
Yep, and Origins looks it looks better.
You can
get
pet a cat.
You can pet a freaking cat.
It looks like Assassin's Creed, so I mean, we'll see what happens.
Which probably makes sense that you can pet a cat in that game, because Egypt and cats are like royalty.
Yeah. So it's not really on my
religion
radar
I can get into,
but
It's definitely on mine. I'm a sucker for Assassin's Creed. I'll admit that. It is what it is.
You are. You're definitely a sucker for them games.
I'm probably gonna just be playing catch up with it. Get like Syndicate on PC, and then easy cheap, and then get Origins later when that's cheap.
I have rode that gravy train to the bus station, and I've ran out of fare because I'm not getting back on.
Oh, Assassin's Creed at all?
When Syndicate came out, that's when I was still working at GameStop, so I could check games out, and I was like, cool, I'll check it out. And then we ran out of copies, so I had to bring it back. But the time I had with it, I was like, this is pretty good. I only had to play like 4 or 5 hours of it, which is a good enough time to kind of judge these games anyway. So I was like, this is kind of enjoyable. I was like, I'm not hating this.
Yeah, I think the combat was definitely much improved.
That combat was fun as fuck.
Yeah, it was much improved. They did a good job with that, I'll admit.
Yeah.
I knew
it was still Assassin's Creed.
It was funny when Black Flag came out. I initially did not like Black Flag at all. I'm like,
I still don't. I actually do not like Black Flag.
I
played a little bit. It was okay.
After I actually sat down and because I beat it, I'm like, I just wasn't feeling it. I went back and started doing everything. I'm like, okay, now I see the appeal why everybody was so gung ho about it, but I still wouldn't put that in like my top 3 Assassin's Creed. But
no.
My thing is, I knew something was wrong when Unity and Rogue both came out. A lot of people forgot Rogue even existed, and I bought both the same day. And I knew it was
what is
Assassin's Creed Rogue. You played as a Templar the whole time instead of an assassin. This was
he was a rogue Templar as an assassin.
Yeah, he got screwed over by the assassins.
Yeah, he pretty much looked and was like, wait, why are y'all doing stuff like? He didn't like the way they were doing things. He saw things from a better point of view from a Templar standpoint. So, and it played a lot like Black Flag, but I knew there was a problem because Unity came out for the PS4, Rogue came out for the PS3, and I enjoyed the shit out of Rogue way more than I did Unity, and I knew there was a problem there.
I beat Unity and when it was glitching. I
here.
think I may have like clips of me on Xbox One still where I was like, all right, I need to be stealthy, and I was just floating above a crowd. I was like doing the like sneak walk, but I was floating above them, and like the guards were like walking by and like looking at me, and then they walk still, and I'm like, oh my god,
that's unusual, and kept on walking.
I wish I still had the recorded that video, or no, I wish I still had the recorded video. I just switched hard drives and I lost it, but I watched the execution happen. Like, what at the time, the guillotine dropped, dude's head came off, but I was standing right next to him, and I bumped them all. Like when the guillotine fell, the guy that was being executed got up, walked the fuck off without a head down the stairs.
I remember that.
His head was still in the basket, dude, because I bumped him. I screwed up the entire animation. He got the fuck up and walked, no head.
I remember that was a spooky ass.
I was like, excuse me? I was like, what?
That motherfucker.
And he had the nerve to fall down the stairs and get back up.
His fucking head got cut right. He was like, oh, that was scary. He just kept on going.
It was the time I got stuck trying to climb a wall. I was like, all right, I'm gonna jump, and then my whole body was like glitching through the thing, and I was just like going up and down in like a pillar and shit. And I'm like, so can I get out the pillar? And no, I was just stuck in a pillar. And then I like freaked out and flew in the air, and then flew back down, and then I was just walking, and I was like, okay. And then
the worst.
I just got to a point in the game where I was like, you know, you can upgrade. That takes time. I'm just going to play the game as is and just hurry up and beat it. I was super weak, and there were 40 guards, and I just ran, and I just killed the dude, and I beat the game. Yeah. Because I was like, I'm going to finish this. I put it this far, I'm going to beat it.
Usually I struggled so much to finish because I was like, this is just uninteresting. Like the character, like the assassin was just, he was just forgettable. Very forgettable.
I know people who like Unity, which is weird.
I like the parkour in Unity.
I
I think the graphics are fairly pretty.
Yeah, it looks good.
You're fairly pretty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're fucking ugly.
I think the setting of Unity is fucking boring.
Yeah,
It's very
is.
boring.
It
Just
was.
another European. It's like, okay.
The only thing is cool is the parkour you were talking about when you would run and then you slash the thing and then you would like jump really high.
It felt
and
more.
climb
It
down
felt
really
more
quickly.
fluid, like versus the other Assassin's Creed games. And I know it was the first time they just put Assassin's Creed games strictly on this current gen set of systems, so it was like they didn't have to limit it.
And it wasn't 3.
Right. But I remember I was ascending down a building and I was like, oh shit, parkouring, and then I landed and the floor disappeared and I fell into a void of nothingness.
The game was just riddled with glitches.
Of course, there's the infamous no face.
I was actually gonna say I had that happen to me as well. The no face.
Man.
That was
Where
great.
you just have eyeballs and teeth.
Yep. I'm walking around like, what's good?
It's like shit.
So I'm my hopes are high. Like I said, once again, this being the Creed sucker in the group here, but I'm just because they've had a 2-year time period to actually develop and focus on this game instead of like a yearly Madden release. I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping.
What's
hoping
funny?
it's going to be more polished and.
What's really funny is you mentioned Madden. And Madden this year is actually really good.
They're not long shot mode. I really want to play that.
It was good.
What's
I
long
enjoyed
shot
it.
mode?
It's a story mode for Madden.
Yeah, we
Ah.
are in the generation of
It's just
sports
the same
game
how 2K
campaigns.
doing their story, FIFA doing their story.
Sort of.
I
The
heard
only
some-
thing I can say about Madden story mode is that it's like once it ends, you're like, I kind of feel like I wasted my time a little bit, but I was entertained the entire time. But yeah, I was like, the gameplay's fun, the visuals are good. Like I'm actually pleased I bought Madden this year, which is weird.
I want 2K football to come back so bad.
I don't get my hopes up because last time I got all pro football and I was the only one playing it for like 6 months.
That was a
I
waste.
did not get that game.
No, I knew that game was gonna be butt.
That was
me
the end of me
and Wayne
buying
bought the shit out of that
football
because we
games.
love 2K football that much. We were like, we don't care.
I knew that was gonna be bad. I didn't even look its way.
But what's funny is that you're excited for Assassin's Creed. I'm gonna go out and say it. I am kind of excited for Call of Duty. Again.
WW2.
I know.
I-
It's really hard to be happy to play these games.
I haven't
again,
even played Infinite Warfare.
because it sucks.
Yeah, I couldn't give a shit.
That
about
game is a
right
hot
there.
pile of doom.
I'm like, I'm not buying it. I'm not doing this again. I'm not buying it. I might buy
World War II looks really good, and the beta was actually really fun. Like I really enjoyed it.
Play the beta.
I really enjoy it.
I do also would like to get it, but I'm definitely not buying it right now.
I'm not gonna lie. I played the beta, and I'm like, you know what? This feels like Call of Duty, and to me, that's a good thing because that's the Call of Duty I remember playing.
Right.
No, that's why
I hate to say the term,
holy
but
shit.
boots on the ground, normal
Triggered.
Call of Duty.
Of course, what's sad is I went into GameStop the other day, and the only thing that I wanted to buy was Modern Warfare 2.
I ain't going. I can't.
That's
I
I
a
can't.
want to play. I just want to play it. So
I just remember the anger, and it's modded to shit.
I don't care.
I remember when.
No, actually, probably not anymore. I feel like all the modders we moved on to something else.
They're kind of there and they're kind of not.
I was
thinking about buying it on PC until I saw that price, and I was like, "Suck my dick."
How much is it on PC?
It was on sale for $10. I was like,
Oh,
"Oh, sweet,
okay.
okay." You know how much it is regularly?
Huh?
$50.
What? Oh.
You know how much the DLC is? It's still full price.
Well,
I was like,
no, it's crazy.
Click
DLC
and
on
I
console is usually full price. The DLC costs more than the damn game does.
But you know what? Call of Duty is just that. I don't know why, but no matter how old it is or how long it's been out, it's always expensive.
It's actually a Activision decision because they don't want people going out and buying the old shit because they want all their players to be on the current game. So that way there's not like a split player base between like 6 different games. They want everybody on the latest Call of Duty.
So they price people out of the old games.
and now they're to a point where it's like we can keep the first one and we can keep the most recent one and the last one at the same time because this way we can get double the support.
Yeah.
They've realized if they do 2 at a time, they can get more money.
Because there was like a month period. I think it was when Ghost came out. It was the one I got really big into Black Ops 2. Because Wixon was like, oh yeah, this game's actually really good. And I remember I bought Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2 is great.
Because when Black Ops 2 first came
Black
out,
Ops
it was
2
hot
was-
shit.
I remember I was playing it, and then I was like, I forget what happened.
The netcode was super shitty. none of us could play anything.
Oh yeah, it was really because I got the fucking big box edition.
You got the one with the
remember
UAV drone thingy.
That was with the yes, it was.
I actually remember that too.
And I remember because you were like, "Oh, this is gonna be sweet," and we were playing. And I remember it because we were playing it at the midnight launch, offline, and we were like, "This game is super fucking sweet." And then when we were like, "Let's play online," none of us could play online. And then
once they fixed that shit, I was playing. I'm like, this game is fucking great. I think it. If it had a good netcode on launch, it might have been the best Call of Duty ever.
Right now, my two favorite Call of Duties are that and Modern Warfare 2, like hands down. Like
I'm a soft place for Modern Warfare 2
2
because
is
that was the
magic
first.
number.
Like Modern Warfare 2 was the first time I was
going to be great.
playing online with friends in a game.
Mine was the
Like-
finest hour.
Yeah, like 2 was the first time
I love Big Red 1.
Like I played games online before, but never in a party with people and stuff, you know. So Modern Warfare 2 was the first time where I met all you guys and I'm just playing online.
That was a dark time for
Yeah,
me.
that
I
and
have
Halo.
360.
Yeah.
I missed out on all that.
See,
and Battlefield Bad Company.
See, that was bad because Mr. Crazy over here was playing on PS3.
Yeah, I missed out on
Oh, you were all by yourself.
Yeah,
He
like
wasn't
I'm
all by himself. But
No, it doesn't matter. Anybody who matters. Xbox gamers are better at shooters than PS3 gamers. That's all I'm saying.
at that time, 100%.
It's just the culture, and it's the controller, and it's just that's where those kind of people play those kind of games.
That's why I was like,
Right.
and most of the big games were shooters at that time. So it's like all the best games were on 360.
But hey,
And then 360.
I'm like I
got them
love
gems.
all game systems. I grew up on Sony. That was just me.
You know, it's funny. I did too until they decided to think I'm stupid. But PS3 came out. That's what I said. Nope, you have too much hubris to think that I'm gonna pay $600 to $800 for this system.
I waited. I didn't do that.
Neither one of I remember the days when we actually bought the PS3 for the first time. It was like super. No, I remember the deal.
The game
Throwback.
crazy.
Yeah, Game
Yep.
Crazy had a deal.
Sell
where
the
you could-
PS2, 4 games, the controller,
Yep, and a
the
memory card. And you would get like $250 or $300 towards a PS3. And
Nice.
the PS3 was only like $50 after that.
Yeah, because it dropped down the price
Nice.
dramatically.
It dropped down to like
We got
$3.99
ours
for
dirt cheap. I
So
was
we were
ready.
like, yes.
We playing that shit out.
I didn't get one until I started working at GameStop because it came out while I was working at Sears, and so I saw that and the 360 when it came out.
God, I wish I could go back in time to when we got our PS3 because I had a lot of fun when I first got it because we were playing. Get this.
Oh, God.
SOCOM Confrontation.
Oh no!
No, that game was
all
the
right.
shit.
All right, I
man.
wanted to play that shit.
That
Hey,
game
I
is-
wanted to play
Came
that.
with the Bluetooth headset, the
That-
official Sony Bluetooth, or not the headset, but the Bluetooth earpiece. Oh,
Yeah.
It wasn't fun for me because I had a lot of pissed off people come back to going, "This game is online only."
We knew. We were like, oh, it's only online.
Oh, they were mad.
And then we started playing Warhawk, and oh my god,
Oh.
Warhawk is so much fun. I wish they would bring that back.
It's
Not
funny
Star
because
Wars.
I know I can't even do anything. I still own Warhawk.
Well, you
I
definitely
have.
fuck, 'cause you
I
can't-
am. I think I'm steering. Do I
Oh,
have
that
Mag
and
over there
Starhawk.
still?
Yes, you still have Mag.
I was just gonna say that Mag. Remember Mag?
I like Mag.
I did not like Mag.
Oh,
at all.
bland
just-
balls.
It was just a
But-
lot in your face.
Well, it was too much. It was way too much. But I like it because the concept was cool.
Wasn't it like
Right.
64 versus 64?
Yep.
Yes,
No.
yes, it was.
Yeah, it was 64 versus
128 players.
I thought you were going to
It's a lot of fucking
Zipper
players. man.
Interactive.
All right, I played
Same
other
people who
ones.
made it so
ass.
complex.
Yes.
And that's why I was hyped. 'cause
Jeremy Dunham,
I
former
really
editor of IGN PlayStation, went to that company, and now he's running Rocket League. The company who does Rocket League.
Come switch.
And man, when we first got our PS3, it was super good because we were like, all right, cool. We got SOCOM Confrontation for online. We got motherfucking what was the other game? Warhawk, and then we had Metal Gear 4.
Yeah, that's the only,
That was it,
that
man.
was the straw that broke the camel's back for me was Metal Gear. I was like, oh, Metal Gear's out, fuck. And so then because in 2005 I skipped the Xbox 360. We said fuck that because it was a glitchy mess. So we said no, we're not buying that. And so we said our PS2 is just fine. And then 2006 rolls around. And I'm like, the Wii is cheap as fuck. I'm getting that. I waited in line at the Best Buy for hours. Never doing that again. And got a Wii and never waiting in line for anything again. And I got a Wii and I was happy with that. Played Call of Duty 3 on that motherfucker. I was like, this is fantastic.
I got my
It wasn't
PS3.
fantastic.
I got my PS3 full price. I saved up money for
Are you
like.
serious?
Yeah, I did.
Holy shit.
I did.
Somebody else was committed.
I was committed. I got that shit. I was the happiest motherfucker ever. I was broke as fuck.
I wouldn't
Man,
pin.
I was happy as shit.
Unless you're that George Foreman grill.
Hey, I mean, I got my
That's
360 the second year of release. So the
So
first year
did
came
we.
out, got the next year.
So did me and my dad.
It was funny.
We were not in a rush.
We still hit the Red Ring of Death anyway. So because
See,
we
that's
got
what's-
a used one.
That's what scared us
I had a
because the
brand
Red
new-
Ring of Death turned us off. We're like, oh, we don't want that
5.
shit.
I went through 5 360s.
Good lord.
Yes, you did. Yes, he did.
I went through before I met you guys. I went through 3. GameStop warranty was amazing at that time because I was like, I got a red ring.
I already told me that.
Here you go.
I was like, here you go, and I was like, let me get the warranty. Got a red ring. Here's the warranty. Let me get a warranty. I got the red ring. We can't give you another warranty.
That's when he
They
borrowed.
were like, we can't.
Funny. That's when he borrowed my 360 for a couple of months so he could.
No,
play.
this was after that. That was my 4th time getting it.
Dear lord.
Yeah.
I will say this.
Because I wasn't
This
touching that shit
generation,
because I had just bought the PS3.
Nothing like this.
I'm gonna tell you, we can do one
On
like this.
anybody's
Y'all shit
front.
breaking. That's
I was
crazy.
like, dude, my stuff just kept breaking, and then I got one last one and got that replaced, and then I gave that to Alan and then it never broke on Alan because I got a Slim,
I have yet to
and then
play.
that fucked up.
Funny story about
The
Red
Slim
Rings.
fucked up the first month or so I got it.
That's right.
Because the disc tray got stuck.
Oh, that was a
out.
bad month, dude. Your fucking TV went out. The goddamn Xbox stopped working.
Oh my god.
My phone broke.
Your phone broke. Jesus, that was terrible.
Technology was not an
I was
empower
like,
for you.
I don't like anything right now.
Funny story. Speaking of 369, I never had one, but I saw many, y'all included, many of people go through that rag ring mess. But y'all remember I was working at Regency Technologies, and I had to test all them Xbox 360s.
Yes.
I don't know if y'all remember that picture I showed y'all. Somebody drilled holes in the top of their 360 to help with the ventilation.
Oh my god.
I
saw
mean,
that.
but the crazy part, they were clean holes, but they were like, I'm pretty sure there were like 16 holes drilled in the top of this Xbox. Still red ring. Like people, that's like I was like, that really showed. I'm like, man, people were truly desperate between the towel trick, drilling holes. People were desperate.
I used the towel trick, and it worked.
Yeah, we only had that problem because we had a used one because we got one in 2000 because I was already working. Was I working at GameStop yet? No, I think it was the year before. So I was working in 2008. So this is right when they finally fixed it in the old model before they released the Slim. So we had that more recently released old model and it didn't have any problems. Thank God.
That's the one that Alan got because I was like, oh, cool. It's very matte, but man, something about that time frame for when 360 and PS3 is out, like the early-ish kind of stages, where the games were like kind of really good and the infrastructure wasn't crazy. And then they said, you know what we're gonna do? Let's change the Xbox guide. And I was like, getting rid of the blades? All right, whatever. And it was not that bad.
The
Then
new
they-
Xbox experience
And then they changed that shit.
to
The laggy mess that it is now.
yeah.
Those 8 mess.
Oh my god, they
Yeah.
fucked all that shit. The 360 can barely operate on that menu unless you have no memory on that system.
It's pretty bad. I mean, Xbox One has interface issues. I hate the
Not as
Xbox One
much anymore.
interface. It's still that they are constantly changing it, which is fine. It's nice that you're recognizing issues and updating it. But come to a fucking
Honestly.
decision on your UI
You know
and make a
what?
good one.
I just
This
found
is
out they
muddled
did
and
this the
irritated.
other day, and I looked at it, I'm like, what the fuck happened to my damn main menu? Why does it look like this?
You're
That's
going
weird.
bald in like a certain pattern on your head.
I am definitely going bald.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
So, while we're on the subject
No,
of
you're
Xbox,
not.
I
Answer
got a
faster.
question for y'all, and hopefully viewers, you can leave comments under this to let us know how you feel. Does anybody care about backwards compatibility still?
Okay, so me and Steve were talking about this, I think a month ago, maybe a month and a half. My only interest in backwards compatibility with original Xbox is they were like, we're putting Crimson Skies on there. And I was like, oh, I
I
fuck with
love
Crimson
Crimson
Skies.
Skies.
Here's my first problem. Am I going to be able to play online again?
Hmm.
If they say backwards compatibility and you can use your account again, I'll be like, oh shit.
I don't
And then
think
that means I'm playing Halo 2 again.
I don't-
And regular ass Halo 2, not the Chief Collection shit where it's got the menus kind of fucked up. No, I'm talking regular ass Halo. Steve, I'm buying Xbox Ones because that means I can use them on modern TVs just to play Halo 2.
I don't think that this one.
Because Halo 2 is $2.
I don't think that's gonna be a thing.
I don't care, Steve. I am fucking ready for that shit.
Oh, I think
Mech Assault 2?
I fucking love Mech Assault 2. Oh my, I still got that shit. This is great.
See, my issue,
Midtown Madness 3?
my issue is I want to care about it, but you know, I don't have hard drive space to care about it.
My thing is, I play on PC. Everything's backwards compatible, and I feel
not
like
everything.
most
There are some shit
Okay.
that I have.
things that are from like Windows 98 era that you need special drivers for. All right, 90% of things
So I was going to
are
say,
fucking
like,
backwards compatible.
okay, because I haven't checked, and because I am a pirate, I don't know if original Xbox emulation even exists.
I would imagine so.
I
'cause
know it
they're-
exists, but I don't know if it exists well.
I doubt it.
Because PS2 emulation exists.
PS3 emulation exists.
It does?
Fucking Wii U emulation exists.
That doesn't surprise me.
They were playing Zelda. You ain't see them Zelda mods?
Right.
Where they got fucking CJ running around in Hyrule?
Right. That was great.
Just another ass day. It's
Like-
great to be back home again.
Word probably like it better that way.
Like, huh, let's make the game a little bit better.
Fucking Ganon and Samuel L. Jackson.
On a fire truck.
Yeah.
Motherfucker!
I feel like if
I'm
you're
tired of these motherfucking beasts on my motherfucking shrines.
well,
Steve let out a poop.
I heard something move.
I just farted so hard.
oh, it smells.
Oh, gee.
Nasty bastard.
That's fine.
My thing is with backwards compatibility is like if you're getting a console, that should be something that you're expecting to do. That if you want to go back and play the games that you want to play before, you need to keep that old system. Like let's take for example the PS3 with that fucking cell processor. Like there's no way they're going to be able to remake a lot of those games for PS4 because that's going to be so much work that they're going to have to resell it, not just like make it backwards compatible. They have to resell it because they're putting a lot of work to make it work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I like what. Here's the thing about Microsoft. They have a first party issue, right? It's an issue. They're getting hammered in the sales by PS4. They're still selling well. They're doing fine in their own right. They're not. It's not like some horrible problem for them. They don't give a shit because they're Microsoft anyway. Sony is this who they. Sony needs to focus on PlayStation because that's the only thing they have that's making money in their brand. So for Microsoft, they're earning a lot of goodwill from hardcore Xbox players with things like backwards compatibility, the Game Pass, and all that stuff. So it doesn't make up for a lack of first party, but for the people who still own Xbox, who may be their only system, they have these services.
I don't know if that all the way makes up
Cross-platform play like Minecraft, Rocket League. With other systems,
I don't know if that all makes up for it.
It doesn't make up for it, but that's just what they're trying to do.
Like for somebody like me who didn't own OG Xbox or Xbox 360, the backwards compatibility thing is great.
Yeah.
I went, I bought the old Gears of War games. I never got a chance to sit down and play all those. I always wanted to, so I have them all now. Except for, but
I feel bad for you because not in the sense that you didn't get to play the Gears games and now you actually are, because I think Gears of War is actually a very good series.
Yes.
I feel bad because you didn't get to play them at their peak. Because if you played like Gears 1 when it first came out,
everybody was on that shit.
God, I was playing Gears every night.
So I know that's in that aspect.
2, I played 2 every damn day.
That's a shame because that one was not that good.
I love 2.
I know in that aspect I missed out on a lot, but I'm like, at this point I'm like, it is what it is. I know that I've come to accept the fact. I'm like, I just want to play, see how the story was, see what everybody else experienced story wise. I'm like, oh, okay, I understand. Same with why I got the Master Chief Collection, even though that's not like a backwards compatibility thing, but they remastered all of them.
Thankfully.
For me, I love backwards compatibility. I like retro games, so like playing just old games on a new console, on your current gen console, I think that shit's pretty cool.
And it's great. Like I said, one of the main things I'm like, okay, you know what? I need to go ahead and buy Xbox One and finally jump to this world.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, it's great for me. Like I said, for me personally, I'm pretty sure many other gamers that are in the same situation didn't have a 360 or OG Xbox. But at the end of the day, I did not buy an Xbox One strictly to play 360 and Xbox OG games.
Yes, I want to play new.
I want to see what y'all about to bring to the table for Xbox One. I was like, what y'all had a lot of originality that came to the, Xbox OG and 360. I want to, what y'all gonna bring to the table for Xbox One, and it's something we haven't seen a lot of yet.
It's a real problem.
And then when you do see it, it get canceled.
Right, and then the other issue is they're relying on people are like, well, where's the next,
Sorry.
where's the next Gears and Halo, and they can't rely on Gears and Halo.
They can't, on that, but so much.
Their tentpole titles are not as big as they used to be. Halo 5 sold horribly.
I didn't even know there was Halo 5.
I forgot about it. I gotta get it.
Gears.
I played
didn't
it.
sell well.
I didn't even get Gears.
We were talking about
Gears.
Halo at our
I got
event,
Gears
and
4.
I was like, man, Halo 5 was very lackluster. Surprisingly, though, Gears 4, fucking amazing. That game is like 10 times better than like Gears 3 and 2. That game is sweet.
It is great, but and it's still
It's not the prequel.
No, it's a sequel.
It's a sequel. It's a full-on sequel.
What am I thinking? I'm thinking of Judgment.
Yeah.
No, that game sucks.
That game sucks. It's that whole like, oh, let's make these unnecessary sequels like God of War Ascension and all that other shit.
Oh, I hated God of War Ascension.
But it's like they need new franchises. They need new heavy hitters.
I was
God of War Ascension. We're about to talk about God of War with.
Well, because me and Chris, once again, that was something else. We got addicted to the online, believe it or not.
The only reason we didn't play the multiplayer is because by the time we started realizing this multiplayer is kind of fun, people were already like level 50 and 60 with like better perks and shit.
And see, Chris, the one match we had, Chris muted his mic. He didn't hear it. Or he muted these plays. He didn't hear it. These guys, like, when I tell you, they were like the stereotype nerd. Like, they got on, they looked at me and Chris and saw like we were like lower level. Like, oh my god, these guys are demigods. And I was like, excuse me?
Yeah. I think
what?
he relayed that message to me. I was like,
it was at that point I was like, that damn near ruined the multiplayer for me right there. I was like, is this what the community is like? Like the multiplayer was fun as shit, and we had people referring to us as demigods. Like, who the fuck are you, Zeus? Yeah. You got on the same armor I do. Like
all demigods matter.
Multiplayer is kind of fun. It's just.
But yeah, it's a whole. They dropped the ball.
But it did not need to exist.
It's this crazy thing. Like Sony is bringing out new IPs, and they're doing risky things with their existing IPs, like God of War. I'm more interested in this God of War than I was ever interested in the other ones.
Oh, you mean the open world meme?
I'm kind of scared. I'm a little concerned about this God of War.
I thought it was.
No, it's just a different perspective.
I don't like to look at it.
I do.
Neither do I.
I don't.
I'm concerned. I'm extremely concerned.
I'm
so am I, because I'm a big fan of God of War.
Because this one doesn't look like it's going to have that over-the-top action like that it's known for. It doesn't look like it's going to be great. Like, I don't know something.
It's so fast.
And I'm hoping that mechanic with his son is not going to like hinder the game. I really am.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make Steve really upset. It looks like the God of War version of Order 1886. It's very visual, and it may be enticing to look at, but it doesn't.
I see what you mean.
We'll see how the game is when actually it's being played. Yeah.
Like every time I saw like actual gameplay, I was like, this is kind of dull.
I still don't want to play it though.
I'm going to get the God of War. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure what's going to happen? We're probably going to see it the next E3, and they're going to show up more gameplay. We're like, oh, okay.
Of course, what's fucked up is I said the same thing about God of War 3. I was like, this game is.
And that is amazing.
It's okay looking.
3 was cool, but 2 was far
3
better.
I was excited for. I was excited.
2 was far better.
3 actually exceeded my expectations.
I like 3 more than I like 2.
Really?
3 is the best one to me. Absolutely. Hands
I
down.
think 2 is the best one.
By a long shot.
I think 3 is
my point being is that Sony is off doing all these things to their franchises, trying to revitalize them or change them or come up with new stuff. Microsoft they're not hitting the same notes. And the stuff they relied on, Halo is not as big as it was. Gears is not as big as it was. Forza is starting to wane. They gotta come up with new stuff.
I think part of the problem too is like with the last gen consoles with 360 and the PS3. I think the roles kind of reversed because everybody saw like, oh, okay, 2 good consoles, but 360 is like way fucking cheaper than this, and then it switched roles and it was $100 more, and then they were still trying to push that damn Kinect.
Yeah,
nobody was talking.
Nobody talking
Nobody
about
fucked that Kinect.
It's exactly
irrelevant.
irrelevant. So they figured, like Sony did from 2 to 3, Microsoft figured we were so successful with Xbox 360, we can do all this crazy ass shit and people will still be on board, and that is not.
I think there was too much focus on trying to make games for the Kinect.
Yeah, it's connected, it's TV,
it started
and all
out
stuff.
weak. It started out weak out the gate, and PS4.
It started out weak because they fucking marketed it as you have to have internet. And once people heard that, they're like, "Excuse me."
Yeah.
I said that because I was like,
we were at Colossicon, and we were listing down the stuff that was really cool, and we were like, "Oh man, you get to take your games anywhere," and it's like, "Oh, that's really fucking cool," and you can control everything. And then it got to like that final bar has to always be connected, and you were just like, "Never mind." I remember it specifically because you were reading it to me, and Steve were like, "Oh, this is gonna be." Wait, what was that last bit? We were like,
I remember I was so pissed because I'm like, man, we're gonna have to sell this shit. How am I gonna tell these people to come in here? You have to have internet to have this shit.
Okay. I'm the only person that actually enjoyed Kinect on the Xbox One.
Because you're stupid.
I'm lazy.
Wait.
Well,
Hold on. Let me explain.
No, fuck you. Because you know what that did? I played that game trying to play Need for Speed Rivals, and because it has head tracking and it didn't tell me, I would be like, why does my camera keep flipping? Because whenever I would move, it would flip the camera.
Oh, that's fucked.
Why did you like Kinect?
Because he liked to sit there and talk to it because it was the few. It got him laid. That's
Yes,
why.
it did.
It got him laid. Because Becky was like, what's this robot stuff? Ooh, it's so futuristic. Ooh, just rub on my pussy.
let me just say this. I connect that shit to my fucking cable box, and all I had to do was Xbox, watch MTV. Boom. I'm like,
whoa, time out. First of all, did you really just lead off with MTV as the channel you would have
no,
to go?
that was just an example. That's just an
that was
example.
a bad example.
All right, how about
You just
Cartoon Network?
Yeah, you
Let's say
just
some
you
bad
just killed,
shit.
you just killed Xbox sales now. Thanks.
Turn to Playboy.
I was lazy, and I hated the interface. So for me, I didn't even know how to get the stuff without using the damn Kinect. So I was happy for that. I kind of still want one because I don't feel like getting up to do stuff.
Hey, guess what? You're gonna sell your Xbox. It doesn't matter.
I don't know if I'm gonna sell the Xbox. I'm probably not.
Only
It's
reason
not worth
I'm
it.
not-
It's not worth it to sell.
The only reason I'm not
It doesn't matter if it's worth it. It takes up space.
I'm low on space. But I'm not.
I will say I'm gonna buy. I'm probably gonna trade mine in and get an Xbox One S, not X. S.
I'll probably end up getting a 1S.
Because that X is not worth it. No.
For me, what's funny is I think I've told several people before. I was like, the only reason I want an Xbox is because I want to play Halo. Because I still enjoy those games a lot. I like, even though I have Gears on PC. Nah, it doesn't matter then. Oh, and sports. Because I like playing sports games on Xbox more than I like PS4 because of the controller. They work the same. Like, I literally have no problem. I should be playing sports games only on PS4 because developers like 2K fucking only do PS4 updates first and then roll them out to everywhere else. And I'm talking about goddamn WWE.
That shit's so stupid.
Yeah, you I guess.
I didn't know that.
I guess you support the platform that has the most people on it, and it's
they've been doing that for like
PlayStation
3 years, especially for WWE. They were like, oh, the new I remember last year specifically because it was that fucking referee glitch where we couldn't get matches to finish because the ref would just sit there and not count anything.
Oh.
And me and Steve were like, well, damn, when is this patch going to come out? And they're like, the patch came out on PS4.
Yeah.
And we're like, when's the Xbox One? When's the Xbox One? 2 weeks passed until the Xbox One got it.
Yeah, I don't mind funny glitches, but this they actually literally stopped the game.
When it fucks the game up.
I stopped playing. I was like, I'm not going to play it until they fix it. And
Yeah,
I told
no.
Steve, I was like, I don't know how you can sit and stomach a game that doesn't work. He's like, I just avoid hitting the ref. I was like, Steve, my whole matches revolve
You want to know why I was playing so much Overwatch? Because I wasn't playing WWE.
I was like, fuck the game up. And
I did not know that.
It's a shame. That's kind of what happens though when you
Xbox
pander
got shafted.
you pander to the platform that's selling the most, and that's what that is. There's more people with PS4, so a lot of that stuff.
But
all
why-
the DLC comes here first, and this and
Why
that
should
comes
you
here
alienate everybody else that has an Xbox One?
first. Just fuck them. No, you shouldn't, but they do, and for also money. That's what they're
It's
That's what
always
it comes
money.
down to at the end of the day.
it's all
You
business.
cater to where the most money is coming from.
You do, and I feel like anybody out there who does have an Xbox One and like no other system, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it still runs fine. It has most of the same. They're both the same library for the
There's a
most
lot of
part
multi-platform
anyway.
releases, so you still experiencing all of these great games.
Yeah, so if you don't care about exclusives and
hell, most of the whole generation, this whole cycle has been multi-platform with like a handful of like solid exclusives.
Yeah. It just comes out at the end of the day when you sit there and decide, do I want to get an Xbox One or a PS4? You always go to what would I get, exclusive to 4, and what would I get exclusive to 1?
And where are my friends?
That's always my first. That was my first question. I was like, where are my friends? And most of us were on Xbox One when they came out. We were like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, but they realized a lot of my other friends are not on Xbox.
And everyone's like, we're on PS4.
PS4 and now PC.
And now we're on PC because we're smarter than
y'all knew for the jump where I was going first. So.
We should have just joined you on PS4
yeah.
first. We should have just stayed with PS4 first and then go from there.
But I mean, at the time for me, there was nothing on PS4 that had me go, oh man, I should get this system.
Oh, when Xbox launched, I was like, they have the clearly better launch lineup.
I was like, oh, definitely. PS4's launch lineup sucked.
They had fucking Dead Rising, Forza, Killer Instinct, Crimson Dragon, which I thought was going to be good, but it's kind of bland.
Crimson Dragon was bland.
They had like all the sports games and stuff like that, and Call of Duty Ghost. And PS4 literally had Knack, Call of Duty Ghost, and Killzone in the sports games.
Black Flag.
And Black Flag, yeah, and of course Assassin's Creed. And Killzone to me, I thought was going to be really good.
And
it's just not that good.
3 is best Killzone out of all of them.
My favorite Killzone is 2.
Same.
I think 3's story is fun, but I think 2's multiplayer is way better. They all feel kind of the same, real weighty and heavy, but the way that the multiplayer is set up for 2 is much more enjoyable, and the maps are much better.
Killzone Shadowfall, something about that multiplayer was just...
Oh, I hated it. I hated the single player, I hated the multiplayer. I was like, I bought that game for $5 and returned it.
Like, Sony's
It's very rare when I buy a $5 game.
I literally just have it just... So I can say I have all the Killzones. I got the collection on the PS3.
I know, and your favorite one, the first one.
Yeah, you a lie. I knew something. I knew something was wrong with it. I was on the phone with Ebony. Yeah, when I was on the phone with Ebony, and I was playing the first one. I never played it. I was like, I'm gonna run through them just like I ran through Mass Effect trilogy. She was like, what? She was like, what the hell is that in the background? It sounded like a lawnmower. I was shooting a gun at Killzone. I was shooting at somebody. I was like, wow. Man, I knew this sounded bad, but I know it sounded that bad. I was like, well shit.
I mean, that's just as bad as me. When I first played Killzone, I played it on PS2, and I had the Game Shark. I had unlimited ammo and no debt and unlimited health.
I fell into the fucking...
because I was bored with everything. Not just the game.
I fell into the hype train. Oh, this is the Halo killer. I'm like, oh, for real? Let's give it a try.
What, Haze?
No, fucking they were saying Killzone.
That was Killzone.
Killzone.
Haze was the one they said was supposed to be the Halo.
Oh, it was Killzone as well. Killzone 1, the whole marketing campaign was Halo Killer. PlayStation 2's Killer
App was a much better shot.
Bruh, I was such a dick rider for Halo at the time. I was like, ha, never fucking played it. Never played it. I stuck with Halo. I'm like,
I was glad I also had an Xbox because I was like, this game is trash. I'm gonna keep playing Halo.
Funny part, Killzone 2 is the only one I haven't finished out of all 4 of them.
I don't even remember the endings to
those
games.
Killzone 1, 2, 3, and then Shadowfall.
Oh, you're right. There was 4.
Just wasn't
and if you want to be honest, there's like 6. Because of
the one on the Vita.
The Vita one and the one on PSP.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that Vita one is fantastic.
The Vita one was surprisingly good.
I haven't finished that one either.
Me neither.
I beat that. I don't remember.
The multiplayer was even good.
Yeah, I played the multiplayer too. Like, this shit was tight.
I don't even remember how any of those games ended. But, but that was that whole era was like strong first-person shooter games. Because everybody was riding that hype wave with first-person shooter.
Oh, PS2 and Xbox, and then into...
I try to forget.
You say Resistance?
Yeah.
Oh, PS3, 360.
I like Resistance.
Things were definitely big.
Okay. Whenever I hear people tell me, man, I don't like Resistance, I always just say play Resistance 3. That's the only one you need to play.
Which one did you play?
Probably 1 or 2.
2.
Yep. 2 is shitty. 2 is extra shitty. It's like, it's kind of cool until you play like multiplayer and it's 128 people. And you're like, this is too small to have 128 people. And it's chaotic. Imagine Everybody here probably knows what favela is from Modern Warfare 2.
Oh boy, do I.
All right, imagine that with 128 people.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That was
I just imagine people are literally on top of each other.
It was roofs and people in streets and just and weird guns because you could shoot around corners. And I was like, this game is shit. I was like, nope. And I turned it off. And then Resistance 3 came out and they fixed that game up nice. Like, it had a story mode that was fun. You could, like, weapons felt like Ratchet and Clank weapons. I was like, they actually did what they were supposed to. And I was like, okay. And it's a shame this came way too late.
Yeah, buddy.
It came around the same time that Uncharted 3 came out and, like, Twisted Metal.
I went back and played all the Uncharted games again, and I'm like, damn, Uncharted 3 is fucking good. I don't know if it's better than 2 or not. I want to say it is, but I think it has issues that 2 doesn't. But man, fuck, those games are great. And
2 was better. 3 was great.
3 was great, man. 2
was fucking nuts.
So those are all the games that I just neglected to play when I had a PS3.
Oh wow, you never played the
You
Uncharted
slept on
games?
that shit?
I had all 3 of them, or did 3 come out on PS4?
It was on
4
PS3.
came out on PS4.
Yeah, 4 is PS4.
I mean,
I think
technically,
I had
they
the
have the Uncharted trilogy on the PS4.
I had the first 2 because they were a dual pack.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I had a lot of shit to play on PS3. Like, I think the only thing I actually played on PS3 was Metal Gear.
Holy shit. Yeah,
I started
that.
playing the God of War trilogy, or the God of War anthology, I should say.
One of the only games that
Play it.
validated me even having a PlayStation was Uncharted. I was like, I'm happy at winning a system for this
I
fucking
didn't
game.
even start it.
Am I the only person that played My Nation Racer?
No, we played it too.
We all remember we played it a lot. I made
didn't play
Kid
too much.
Muscle. I made Kid fucking Muscle in that game.
The customization was amazing. Just the gameplay wasn't.
No, the gameplay was fine. It
The
was
gameplay-
it was the low times.
The low time.
I had a problem with the load
was-
times and the frame rate had issues.
Yeah,
I did not like the rubber banding. The AI was fucking tough.
That's any kart racer. Every time
That
I
shit
play a
was
kart racer, it's always
fucked. But
except for Sonic and Sega. Well, the rubber banding's kind of bad, but they don't have a blue shell, so you don't feel
it's
like
not
you're
super-
getting
which
great.
one? Transformation? Because
I was just playing Transform the other
Man,
day.
that
Actually,
game was
over talking
hard.
on Discord, and I was
I
like,
think I didn't tell you this, or maybe I did, and you just made I remember. I beat Transform.
you told me.
I actually beat.
I don't know how you
I
did that.
suck out
See,
loud at
I
that
haven't
game,
beat
man.
Transform.
I don't know how you did that.
When I did that, I was
game
like,
was hard.
When I beat it, I was like, I did it. I did it.
It was hard, man. I was like,
It
I
holy,
was so
hard.
fucking happy.
holy shit!
Like you did when you
Why is
did,
this so
Donkey
difficult?
Kong
I'm like, how
Trouble.
do I fucking do
That was an accomplishment.
anything?
You just have to get real good, real
Holy
quick.
shit!
Yeah,
man.
you just had to get good.
Okay, I picked the Football Manager card because it's pretty balanced. You can't do shit in
And
that
the
card.
tracks are brutal as shit.
you
the
gotta-
tracks were fucking amazing.
I played
Man,
Metal
shit was
Sonic.
hard.
I played Metal Sonic a lot.
So did I.
Metal Sonic. I looked for. This is what I looked for. I looked for good drift and like maneuverability as well as good speed, because you need speed and maybe acceleration. You cannot have like a balanced person. You got to have somebody that's super strong somewhere or another, or else you're just fucked.
Danica Patrick was good too.
Oh, you mean Danica Patrick?
Danica Patrick.
Oh, I found out a fun little Easter egg in that game. I went into the PC settings. So I was on Discord with you guys. if you go to change the commentary volume up or down, he says different shit to you. If you move it forward, he goes, "Yeah, pump up the volume." Or, "I love the sound of my voice," that kind of shit. If you turn it down, he goes, "What are you doing? You're going the wrong way.
Wow.
This is my only job."
Wait, what?
Yes, he gets angry when you turn the commentator volume down.
Sonic pops back up. No, I'm not gonna do it.
Sonic's my name, Speed's my game.
Okay, I'll do a couple. So me and Steve were talking about Sonic Says. If you haven't heard the
Just like Sonic Sex or do we?
Sonic Says.
Sonic says
Oh,
there are
oh,
PSAs
like,
at
wait.
the end of the Sonic cartoons. in the
Oh,
90s.
yeah.
White one.
Okay.
It's
I was
no
like,
good.
wait a minute.
And we were talking about it because in like episode 3 or 4
Oh,
of
yeah.
Sonic 06, we were talking about the field scene with him and the chick,
Oh.
and
Alright.
then Sonic stops her and he's like, "Oh, no sex before marriage."
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, Sonic is just like
Well,
lost his fucking mind now.
We'll play this for you later.
So I was just like, yeah, Sonic lost his fucking mind. So Sonic's like, no blacks allowed. And Sonic just like really bad. Sonic's become a real bad person. It's like, they figured out how to stay alive. Good people. He's like a pro-Trump supporter and shit. He quotes Trump and likes it. We're gonna put that
All lives matter. Ho, ho, ho.
Just to put this out there, I ain't gotta play no more of that, do I?
Not if you want.
I mean, we'll see.
We don't need to record them. I don't think we need to.
I don't know.
It's one of those.
I'm willing to finish the Sonic portion, but I'm no. After that,
You
no.
got pretty far in that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm willing to finish the Sonic portion. I came this far, even though I had.
Iblis.
Even though we haven't put the video up yet, but I had a major just rage.
I thoroughly enjoyed those because
You wanna play
that
Black
shit
Knight?
was crazy.
It was just a lot of work to edit.
I know.
There was a lot
You
of
mentioned Black Knight one more time, and there's going to be a live murder.
You have to
on this
edit that kind of
podcast.
game. Those
play
load
Sonic
screens
Boom?
are just fucking too long and too frequent.
I'll play Sonic Boom before I play Black Knight.
You can beat the game by jumping, so it's fine.
I am looking forward to Sonic Forces.
Me too.
Personally, it looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah, me
I
too.
like Generations.
Yeah.
This looks like more of that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's fine.
They said they're not gonna make shitty Sonic games, so I believe them. Because Sonic Colors is good, Generations is good.
This was great.
Mania was obviously good because all you had to do is nostalgia and a ball.
That's true. Now they're okay in between Colors though and like Generations though. I think we did get some bad ones though.
Yeah, we got Lost World.
We got Lost World. We got Sonic Boom, and Sonic Boom.
Wow.
From what I can see, is damn near Sonic 06 levels of fuck.
It may be worse.
They give us a show though,
How is it worse?
which is
Apparently the show is
The show is
apparently the show is great. I'm gonna have
I
to,
never thought I would ever say that in my life.
I watched the
I
show.
forgot the
What
show
am I
existed.
doing?
I
What the
gotta
fuck is
find it and watch
Plant
it.
doing here?
Why are you questioning the goddamn sentient plant?
Oh shit.
Water.
Audrey 2. Anyway. Continue.
I remember watching the show, and the show was pretty entertaining. I actually enjoyed it.
The
It
show-
came on Cartoon Network, right?
I don't know. I don't
The show's
watch
just
television.
fun. It's very, what's the word? It's like sentient.
Self-aware.
Self-aware.
Humor.
Of what it is and where it comes from. It knows that it came from a bad game, and they'll reference that, maybe we should just, stick around. I mean, who knows? Why would we go fast, Sonic? It's not like people would want to watch that. And it's okay.
Wow.
Well, damn.
And
Okay.
they made Knuckles like the supreme idiot, and he's just,
That bothers
funny.
me so bad.
He doesn't know left from right and shit like that.
It's,
And
it's so funny
Knuckles
because
is
Knuckles
my
is
favorite character, and
he's
they ruined him.
stupidly dumb, and then he'll have these moments of he's like, have you ever seen Family Matters?
Yeah.
He's like fucking Waldo.
We'll just bust out with some deep shit out of nowhere.
Waldo's just like, I don't know, that's fucking stupid, Eddie. And then he'll just be like, I don't know, the deprivation of modern society is definitely crumbling. It's like, what?
I like tacos.
it's like that.
Look at Knuckles.
Knuckles said something, and they were talking about equal rights.
Yeah, Amy was like, I'm gonna show you that girls can be just as good as boys at the end of this one. And Knuckles was something like, well, see, it's statements just like that, Amy, that causes the primary issue between gender relations in this country right now, or something like that. And they were like,
it really hurts the stigma. And then they looked at him, he was like, what? I'm not a total meathead.
he was like, he said, I am a meathead, but that doesn't mean I'm not a feminist.
I watched this clip and I'm like, this is great. I don't know who's writing this shit, but this is fantastic.
That's silly.
These kids shows are children's shows because they have the stupidity, but they have that layered humor of adult-centric topics, and it was like, okay,
Well, because adults
you know
do make
who's
one,
watching.
so.
You know who's watching this with these kids, and we need to laugh too.
Make them laugh. Like Zootopia. It's all about race.
Yeah, man, Zootopia.
I liked that movie, but it was a bit too on the nose. with
It
this
really
message.
was.
I
Like,
feel
I was like,
Yeah.
he really don't. Have you seen Zootopia, Bert? Okay.
I just
it's pretty.
seen it recently.
It's a good movie. It's pretty deep though.
Yeah, it's all about how carnivores and herbivores live together, and all the herbivores are kind of afraid.
Just watching. He about to make it sound terrible.
All the herbivores are afraid
Just stop,
that
Steve.
the carnivores are going to go feral and start being dangerous. And
And then
So-
just go-
so the whites and the blacks live together, and the whites are afraid that the blacks
Are super
going to
predators.
start rioting and killing and raping.
yeah. It turns out they were going feral, but not because they were carnivores, but because they were just being drugged by something or something.
Why
like that.
did Beast Boy drop that hot ass song?
Bruh.
I can't be catching villains. Never heard that shit?
I ain't never heard that.
Man,
Okay,
it's like
so-
it's like dead ass fire.
Teen Titans
What?
Go.
And I hate Teen Titans Go, but that shit was fire.
It is a parody.
Something happened where like, it was him and Raven, and Beast Boy started singing something, and it was like I can't be catching villains, but it was just amazing. I'm about to play this shit real quick on the podcast so you can hear it because Cartoon Network knew it was hot and put it on their YouTube.
Come on, Pootie.
Catching villains.
That shit is raw as hell. I'm ready for him to curse.
Right? Beast Boy always dropping the hot tracks though. Our car just fell on my people.
Oh damn, he's dead.
That shit, I was
Yeah,
like,
that's actually pretty raw.
I was like, what did they do? and it blew up on Facebook really quickly. And I was like, huh. And it was like, that's really good. And then somebody was like, who would win in a sing-off between him and Steve Smith from American Dad?
Oh my God.
Ooh, that's a tough one right there.
Steve Smith did a whole Trapped in the Closet episode.
The whole episode was him just trapped in like the locker room or something like that. Got home and everybody was having sex, and then they pulled out a gun on everybody.
Oh yeah, this at his principal's house.
You know, like, I hope somebody wore a rubber. They just started laughing, and they was laughing, and they wouldn't stop laughing. And then Francine's like, Steve, I don't know why you're telling me the story. He was like, I don't know. I just felt like you needed to know. Steve, I don't care. Your dad's trying to play the game.
And then they went back to the game.
Oh, that was the episode. Crisscross, applesauce.
Oh yes.
The fucking shit popped out of his fucking
Hey,
leg.
his leg.
Oh my! Bert is the best episode of American Dad in my life. They were playing basketball, but Stan was like, "I'm in a rec league with my friends," and Roger's like, "I played the streets," and he had this move called crisscross applesauce. It was literally just through the legs and a spin move. And then he like hurt himself, and the doctor was like, "You can't do that move again, or you'll seriously injure yourself."
Oh,
And then he was like, "I'm gonna play rec league ball with my friend Shaquille O'Neal." So Shaq is like playing with him, and they were like, "We're gonna win this tournament." And then Roger was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna take not Stan, I'm gonna take Shaq as my partner." And then Stan shows up with Yao Ming as his partner, and then they say, "Fuck it." Yao and Shaq became partners, and then it was just fucking Stan and Roger. And it was like, "All right, I have a plan." And then fucking, he was like, "You gotta do it." He was like, "But the doctor said you gotta believe that you could do it. You gonna listen to some doctor?" And I was like, "All right." He was like, "Crisscross, applesauce, boom!" And his fucking leg popped out. He's like, "Ah!"
and his fucking shit bone like
just like out for no reason, just bop.
Yeah, the whole thing was like out of it, and blood was everywhere.
And it fucking like impaled Yao Ming or something.
Yeah, it impaled Yao Ming in his ankle, and he falls over.
And he's just
It
like
was
trying to
so
drag him
bad.
to the basketball. It was the best thing.
Crisscross applesauce. Ah.
It's like you and I tried to do the whip that one time.
Oh, yeah, that shit was funny.
That is literally my
His whole
favorite.
fucking, he blew his whole damn ass out.
I tried to do the whip. Fucking blew my hip out.
Oh,
Fell down on the floor.
now I gotta find that just so I can laugh my ass off. I don't think I will be able to find it, but
Oh man.
All right.
You know what this has been, guys? A good conversation.
Man, what a good conversation.
Yes.
Even though I asked a question that nobody answered, but
What
I'm
was
gonna
it?
do it now because it's been like 58 hours.
What question was it?
What game do you think everybody should play?
Oh.
Oh,
Then they're like,
shit. Wow, we
went
did
way.
it.
You know what you should play, dude? Twin Snakes. Hey, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
And
this
now we're
is
here.
off the rails.
It's off the rails. You know what happened? It went off the rails.
Just like the gaming industry with these loot boxes.
Oh, yeah, those loot boxes and Donald Trump.
Donald Trump's hair is off the rails.
Okay, well, I guess I'll start off.
I mean, we don't have to.
Yeah, we are 2 hours.
I'll make it brief.
Okay.
I'll make it brief. Games you guys should play. Cuphead. Bam.
Why?
Wow. Because it's fun and it's good.
So does this matter how old we're talking? Okay.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
I think what bothers me most about this is Roger is dressed like Denzel from He Got Game. Like,
That's what he was trying to look like.
Why did this shit just randomly explode?
Doctor told us to do that.
Oh my god! Every time, crisscross
applesauce.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
No.
every time.
Anywho,
Every
Okay.
time. A game you have to play. Ooh, that's really hard.
Like my dick.
I like
For
that.
me, what kind of game? Well, okay, because we know you, so it's
Not like.
I recommend this
Not
for
me.
you.
Not you.
I mean, if you want it to be for me, you can. But something
Just in
you would
general.
recommend for everybody.
Just in general, yeah.
For everybody. Like for me, it was Metal Gear Solid 3 because even though it's not like my all-time favorite game, because that's Persona 4, there's a lot less people that would enjoy Persona 4 than would Metal Gear Solid 3.
True.
'Cause Persona 4 is weep shit.
It's true.
Metal Gear Solid is like
It's RPG. It's RNG.
it's fucking government conspiracy, something you would see on like
Espionage.
CBS.
Well,
That's why you gotta play 4, but it get even worse.
for me, it's really easy. Mass Effect 2. That's what I did at work.
Even if you didn't play Mass Effect 1.
Yeah, I always tell people, don't worry about that game.
That's what I
Exactly.
told him, but he didn't want to listen.
You can make all the choices into that.
If you want to
Well,
play,
you're
I'm
like,
not going to
that's cool.
stop you. It's fine. But
I like the one. Like I said, like I said, it was just for me because I wanted that whole experience. I wanted the whole trilogy.
And then you played too. I was like, God damn.
yeah, it's.
I understood. I'm like, man, why the fuck didn't I play this before?
And I was vexed. I was like, did I fucking just tell you that shit? What's fucked up is I keep looking over at Steve's games, and the only thing that always pops out at me is a game that I know nobody really played, and that's fucking Mad World.
Yeah, Mad World is great.
Mad
I
World,
played
No
Mad
More
World.
Heroes. Those two games specifically.
No More Heroes. I can't wait for that movie.
Because, like, Mad World, I think is one of the most... you can pick up the case and see it. One of those games... Mad World is, like, super interesting to me because of the art of the game. Actually, I'm going to add 3. Mad World, No More Heroes, and Beautiful Joe. Mad World is one of those games that I think is artistically stunning because it's in black and white except for red. And red is the color of blood. And there's a lot of violence in that game. And the game is, like, hyper fun. And it's like crazy.
And his voice commentary from stand-up comic Rick Proops and what's his name? The guy who does Bender and Jake from fucking Adventure Time.
I know who you're talking about. I just don't remember his name. I knew what his face was as soon as I thought
He
it
was
was.
like Joker.
No More Heroes, I think, is awesome because there aren't very many games like that nowadays anyway, where it's kind of, here's this character, his objective is silly, but you're going to enjoy it because the story is fun.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to match that game. And,
It's really hard to match those side quests.
and if you're playing the first one on the Wii, you get to jack off to fucking level to get your sword energy to go
Oh,
back
that's
up.
in the second one on the Wii too.
Yes, it is. But the first one it was
It's like when
vigorous.
you play the first one, you don't know nothing about you don't know anything about No More Heroes, and you get told like this is how you charge a sword. It's like oh, we're in for an adventure.
And I will always recommend the Wii version over the PS3. And here's my only reason why.
It's valid.
On the PS3 version, when you kill somebody, their heads will come off and blood will fly everywhere with money. And that sounds kind of cool. You're like, oh, that's pretty cool with your lightsaber. And they go, on fucking Wii, you slice that shit. Ow!
Like
That's what it sounds like every time.
Like,
It's the most gratifying feeling in the world.
It's such a satisfying scream.
Oh yeah, and you get wrestling moves. You would love the shit out of that.
Oh my god.
Fucking German suplexes and
Vicious.
And fucking brain busters and pile drivers and oh my god.
Because Suda 51 loves wrestling.
And then the bosses you just fight.
There was one boss fight where it was just a cutscene. Motherfucker got himself killed. I was like, what?
I think that was like the number 5 assassin.
Yeah, I was like, what just happened?
That was great. So, yeah.
And then there's Beautiful Joe, which is super underrated in my book. Obviously, it had a sequel and like a spinoff.
But the fighting game.
But Beautiful Joe gets no credit. That game is fucking amazing.
And then 2 was even better.
Art style, like gameplay, it nailed every bit of those. And I think the 3 of those are like the Nintendo trifecta of games that you would never expect to be really good. Even though Beautiful Joe's on GameCube, if I was picking Wii, then it would just be Mad World.
Yeah, the first Beautiful Joe on PS2, you got to play with Dante as from Devil May Cry on there. That was one little perk. I never did it. I had it on GameCube.
It runs better on GameCube.
Not to interrupt, even though this is off the rails. Did you know Okami is coming out on PC?
I did. Guess who doesn't care? This guy.
It's coming out on the PS4 and all that, and I didn't know it was coming on PC, but I'm not surprised. They announced it for all the current stuff.
I'm only gonna let you know why I don't care. Every time I play Okami, I get bored. The talking in that game takes up a good 80% of the game.
That's a Zelda gameplay style.
They don't talk that much.
And fucking, what was that? Skyward Sword they did.
I also don't like Skyward Sword.
I love Skyward Sword.
That was my favorite.
These are the only 2 people I know that like Skyward
That's my
Sword.
favorite Zelda.
God bless you.
Really?
Thank you. Once the game actually starts, I'll give you that the first hour is kind of dull and boring. You're just kind of running around doing shit. But
I didn't like the first dungeon. I was watching him play with the fucking glowy eye.
It's so good.
And the lava.
Because everybody.
See, Chris, I think what the problem is that there was another presence in the room during time I was playing Skyward Sword over here, and it just made the whole room the vibe was off. It smelled and.
Oh, you mean there on her stank ass pussy?
I wasn't gonna throw out any names.
Good
I don't give
Lord.
a fuck. This is my channel. There, your pussy stank. So I hope this randomly crosses her feet.
I should probably.
Well,
She's like, what did he just say?
What the fuck?
I'm just kidding.
my goodness. So Skyward Sword.
You probably have turned into a beautiful flower and a nice person, or you just still don't know what soap and water smell like. Or do.
So anyway, going back to my point, I think that might have been why Chris didn't enjoy it too much.
But no, it was just, I thought the game was just kind of bland. Like, I like Twilight Princess, but it is still kind of bland as well. But Wind Waker is pretty dope. It's just
Wind Waker's pretty top tier.
It's just sailing.
I actually, I feel like I would recommend people to play Skyward Sword because 1, you're not gonna play another game like it with the motion controls.
No.
2, I feel like it's a game where you can appreciate how a company will take a limited amount of space and make the absolute most out of it that they can. Because it's the exact opposite of Breath of the Wild, where Breath of the Wild is like you just have this entire open world that you can explore if you want, but you don't have to. Skyward Sword, you are forced to go to everywhere the game offers twice. And it felt fresh the second time for each zone.
You know what's fucked up? I know this is once again getting off of your topic to get back onto the original topic again. But I actually thought of the game that I recommend everybody play no matter what.
But you've already said 3 games.
But those are the games I think people should play.
I got a few there off the rail.
But the one that I think, because you mentioned Metal Gear 3, I think, and that's a big game. The only game that recently just popped in my mind that no matter what everybody should play, Resident Evil 4. Hands down. That's my favorite game of all time next to like Mario 64 and like Metal Gear 3. Those 3 are like 3 of my favorite games.
I have it on PC.
I love Resident Evil 4.
I know I have a Resident Evil 5.
I'm glad you like it.
I'm gonna throw mine.
Fuck you, Steve.
I don't like it. Okay.
I think it's
out here
fantastic.
before I lose my train of thought. So just from current gen perspective, recommend Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Fantastic game. Caught me completely off guard.
That's a game people could easily sleep on.
And even though I haven't,
I can't.
And
Well,
even,
actually, you're right. I could because it's a tiny cartridge.
and even
Like, you can literally sleep on it.
I can't.
It's 2:43 in the morning.
But,
My mother didn't hit me.
but
My mother didn't hit.
that, and even though I ain't finished it, I'm working on it. Horizon Zero Dawn. I think that's a fantastic game.
Ooh, look at the time.
I made the mistake of
I'm
because I gave that stuff to Davey and let him beat it and took that shit to the store and traded it in.
Okay.
Because I made the mistake of playing Breath of the Wild first.
Oh yeah.
So it became very frustrating to want to traverse this other world that just was not as fun to just move around in. I couldn't get invested in it, and I bought it day one because I'm like, man, all these reviews are stellar. I listened to all these podcasts. Everybody says it's great. It looks like something I can get into, and I just couldn't do it. I'll probably return to it at some point, but I could not get into this game. I don't know why.
You couldn't get into it because of Breath of the Wild.
Because I want to climb stuff. I want to move around and climb. It's a terrible reason, but it's my reason.
You make my ass itch. I swear you do. Anywho.
But other than that, it's just I really just could not get into it. I don't know why. There were other frustrating things, like I'm in a small creek. Here's outside the creek. Why can't I just leap out of the creek real fast? Why do I have to go all the way around? It's open, but it still doesn't feel very open. Other than that, the game's gorgeous, and all the combat with the dinosaur robots and stuff, fucking sweet. It's unique. It's really cool. So I'll get back to it. So my Davey played it and liked it, I believe. Mm-hmm. So
I wish everybody could see the face I'm giving you right now, because you really just seriously make my ass
it's
itch.
a Game of the Year contender. I'm not gonna take that away from it.
Anywho,
It's probably Game of the Year for PlayStation this year. Outside of Persona will probably take it.
but
It's really for PS4 this year. It's a hard fucking category.
There's a lot of great
There
games.
was like 5 games back to back that came out that were way too good.
but as far as
It's a good year for games.
going back older games, I know probably everybody's gonna disagree with this one, but I'd recommend everybody play Binary Domain. I thoroughly enjoyed that game.
Okay.
I find it okay.
I've always wanted to play that.
I have it on PC.
For me,
It's okay.
I know it's not like the greatest game. I admit that to anybody, but I just felt like it had that old school Sega arcade flair that's lacking from a lot of their games these days.
If that's the case, I remember Vanquish over that.
I was gonna say Vanquish. Yes.
I forgot about Vanquish, but yeah, that too. But I'm just
You can buy that now on PC.
See, I haven't.
That's right.
I haven't finished Vanquish.
I
I've
need
finished Binary Domain, but I finished it. That
Vanquish is
It's
fucking
fucking
hard.
I don't know why, but another game just popped in my head. It's fucking Metroid Prime.
Oh,
yeah.
God, yeah. Not the second one. But yeah, the first one.
The first one.
I'll even remember the third one.
3 is great.
There was a 3.
Yeah.
Corruption.
Wow.
It was
Yeah.
just the third one that was not that great.
Metroid Prime 2 was an
Metroid Prime
Echoes.
3 was pretty good for me, but 2 I enjoyed the least out of all of them. I'll admit that. I still thought 2 was pretty cool.
I don't know. It's not terrible.
It's like the worst. It's like the worst of 3 great games. Right?
Yeah, but yeah, one definitely set it off. That was
It was a shock value of holy shit. Metroid's a first person.
yeah.
You know, I guess they don't call it shooter. I guess it's an adventure game.
And the funny part, Metroid Prime 1 was actually the first Metroid I ever played.
Same.
Oh.
I went back and played Super Metroid.
Holy shit.
I didn't play Super Metroid until after the fact. Which,
I played Super Metroid first.
by the way, I recommend the new Metroid on 3DS, by the way, just a side note. But anyway, my last two, which are kind of one and the same for the GameCube.
Metroid Other M. Gotcha.
I said GameCube.
First of all, it didn't. Second of all,
I said
shit.
GameCube.
Can we just pretend that game never happened?
Yes.
We should.
Nintendo does.
I know they don't.
I'd recommend people play
They did
Lost Kingdoms 1 and 2 on the GameCube.
I knew you were going to recommend that.
Yeah.
Because those games are actually very underrated.
Yeah.
And Nintendo doesn't forget those games because they did a anthology of those and like a video of it on YouTube, and Other M was on there.
Oh dear.
I was like, oh, why do you got to bring it back?
I tell you what, you got an Xbox One, hankering for a good ass JRPG, get yourself Lost fucking Odyssey. It's backwards compatible.
I don't know why.
I bought that actually.
My head was like, Steve, don't you fucking say Last Remnant.
What?
That game
That's
is
not backwards
shit.
compatible, I don't think. Why even bother? Why even bother asking for the rights to make it backwards compatible? Well, whatever. Lost Odyssey is great, and I feel like not enough people play it.
I bought it because everybody started to they were like excited. I've never played it or seen it before. Well, I saw it, but I never like heard much about it. I'm excited.
That's good. It's real good.
Love that game.
Holds up.
I absolutely love it. I
Yeah,
tell
those
people
are my
the premise of
recommendations
this
for
like
games.
I could go on.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
really go on.
yeah, but we
David, you just said Cuphead. Steve, you recommended Lost Odyssey.
Lost Odyssey, Mass Effect 2.
And me and fucking be crazy over here recommending too many games.
Yeah.
And
I'll
Bird
give you
says
5.
play Snake Eater because
Snake
The game is just. It will last the test of time.
I don't remember how you got to play it. I do remember I recommended you play it. I just don't remember how it even transpired where you were like,
I got the collection on PS3.
okay.
Dude, I'm telling you, since you beat 3, just play 1, 2, and 4, and I'm telling you, 4 is gonna blow your mind more than 3 did.
I'd have to find a way.
I promise you
That's the
that.
word.
I mean, I'm
I
assuming
would
one
just
of
let
have a
you
PS3.
borrow. I have a PS3.
I could just.
The problem is I got
What we
it.
could do now,
He got Twin Snakes now, so you can play that.
we could do like another series because there's a lot of games. Like y'all talk about these games. I haven't played a lot of games. As y'all know, I typically just play WoW and
Bullshit.
League,
And
Diablo,
and Grand Theft Auto.
and Grand Theft. Well, okay, I've been playing more on PC, but that's like newer shit. Like a lot of the things especially on PS3 and PS2, because I never owned a PS2 and I got into PS3 really late, like super slim.
I mean, I got
PS3.
I got a PS2 super late, so
I
I
would
can't
just-
I can't help you with that area.
Why don't we
That's the
just
super gray zone of like from like what was
I
that?
couldn't imagine life without a PS2.
Steve, I had because I had a GameCube and an Xbox.
That was me too. I had a GameCube and then I transitioned to Xbox.
I didn't care about PS2. I only wanted to play God of War and Kingdom Hearts.
I had the choice of do I want this GameCube or do I want this
And
PlayStation?
I played Metal Gear Solid 3, and I was like, "This is life changing.
I was
People
like-
need to know about this." Hey, have you played Metal Gear? Shut the fuck up.
Well, you know what? A PlayStation. I needed a PS2 for Grand Theft Auto 3,
I played it on Xbox.
so it wasn't on Xbox at the time.
Oh no, it wasn't. I played it at
San Andreas.
When I got a PS2, the Xbox sucked ass. So there was no games, and the controller was ass.
But Steve, Bloodwake.
No.
Man, you remember when Xbox had black and white buttons?
Yes.
Now they can't do that.
Dude,
because
they're bringing
that's
back.
racist.
They're bringing back out the Duke controller to use on Xbox One. Official.
I saw that, and I don't know
Why?
who the fuck wants that.
I never use that fucking thing, man.
It's so big.
It's so big.
Oh man.
The only thing that would be
Tickles
used
me.
for is that if the PCB inside of it is good enough, people will gut that and then gut an Xbox One S controller and put that gut in a One S controller shell. And then you can use a One S controller on the goddamn Xbox One. I know how modders think very quickly.
All right. Well.
I guarantee it'll happen. 100%. And with that, we're going to wrap this shit up.
Ow.
That was a big
Trying to get
echo.
back on the rails.
Anyways, what I was gonna say is like we could do like a Let's Play thing with me because I
definitely don't.
just have a lot of shit that I need to play,
Alright,
and I just
yeah,
have no
that's-
motivation to play it.
You can sit your ass in front of like MST3K, shoot you in outer space, and
Yeah.
send you shitty games to play every day.
Distract everybody from the fact that they want me to play Special Forces more.
If you wonder how he eats and reads and other science facts, shut the fuck
Mystery
up.
Science Theater 3000.
La, la, la.
Xavier over here texting his miscellaneous women that aren't his girlfriend.
Oh! Got more titties in your phone than ain't hers, huh? All right.
Fuck up.
Shamalama flip flop. That's my new catchphrase.
Better hope you don't watch this
flip
today.
flop.
You're not gonna say it again.
Shamalama flip flop.
No, you're not. It's not a catchphrase. Shut the hell up.
All right.
Anywho.
So yeah, Bert, I'm perfectly fine with it. We just gotta find a way to play for you.
Wait,
A way for
Crystal
you,
meth is a hell of a drug.
a way for you to play them and which ones to play. Because, like I said, there's a lot of games. Like, if you've never played Resident Evil 4, that was one of those games.
I watched you play some of it,
I'll never.
so I won't be completely blind.
I'll never forget the time that I had Harold first play Resident Evil 4. This man was like, I never played it, but I want to play it. I was like, you never played it? Let me let you borrow it. And then And then he played that shit. He was like, "This game is fucking amazing."
I beat the shit out of 4 after you let me play it.
It was so good. I was like,
I got hooked.
Same here.
I love that game. I feel bad that Steve does not feel the same way I feel because it is
Man,
pure joy.
Chris became a
Controls
damn
I find
merchant in my
frustrating.
life.
I know.
I got good things on sale, stranger.
I'll buy it at a high price.
Chris sold me heroin that day.
I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I was never into it. Not back then. I was like, okay, cool. Looks cool. It looks
Yeah, they
cool.
were trying to get your ass to play it and use it.
I don't care for tank controls.
It's not even tank
It's
control.
not even tank controls.
It's weird Resident Evil controls, and I don't care
It
for
is
it.
not
It's
weird.
just, it's like an early
I
third
want-
person.
if that's the
That's
case,
like
I
the first
want you
game
to
that's
play
ever
like-
had that.
I want you to sit there and play Resident Evil 2, then play that.
No, I played Resident Evil 2.
No, play it now.
No, it was bad. It was bad then.
And play it now.
It doesn't age.
Play Dino Crisis.
No, that game sucked then.
I mean, I got both of those. I'm just saying.
Jesus.
Yeah, they suck. I'm sorry.
No, I mean,
That's
I'm
a
not
goddamn
saying it's
T-Rex.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. That'd be crazy. It's one of the greatest games of all time. I just don't care for it.
Because you're wrong. But.
Yep. Totally wrong.
Weirdos.
You're not winning this. You're just wrong.
I'm not trying to win it. I'm just saying what I think.
I
You
win.
can't win it.
It's not a
We
debate.
win.
I'm just telling you.
You're
I
damn
don't-
right. It's the greatest.
Put it on the
I didn't
screen.
like that. I
We
didn't
win.
like 5.
I fucking love 5 too.
Davey Poconos.
I don't like 6.
See, Steve's one of those that likes 6. He probably likes 6. That's what that is.
That sucked too.
6 is hashtag penis residue.
At least
We've
that-
been over
Wow.
this
At least
on like our first ever podcast.
Yeah, it's true.
You beat 6.
Hell no, that game sucks dick.
You and I tried to play it. Or was it you and I?
I'm
It was
gonna
you and
force
me.
Chris
That was
against
me and
his will to
Chris.
Finish 6 with me.
I've tried to play it with a few people.
Oh.
We couldn't.
gonna
I
do
didn't
it.
get
I
15
didn't
minutes
get-
of the game. Like,
no.
this game is fucking shitty. Because
At
the split
least
screen
Resident-
wasn't split screen.
No, at least Resident Evil 4, the pace of the game matches the control. It's not like they don't make the game's not the pace matches the controls. It's fine. It's a survival
Still
horror
trying to
game.
win.
No, Resident Evil 6, they try to fucking put a full-on action game with those same survival horror controls. That doesn't work. Not to mention the story is convoluted and stupid, and the pacing is terrible.
don't
and all
work,
this other
Steve.
shit. 6 sucks. Period.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
I get upset when people say 6 was really good, and I'm like, you're fucking crazy.
But games are
I'm
subjective.
gonna finish it. I bought
Doesn't
it. I'm
matter.
gonna finish it. I bought it on PS4.
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. Unless you're like some kind of had some kind of terrible accident and somehow you lost your asshole. Then I'm
What?
sorry for you.
Yep, time
All
to-
assholes
hopefully
matter.
I'm not-
I misplaced my asshole.
It was
But
definitely
yeah, but
time.
we're gonna get you playing the right games, and then we're gonna.
So what I have in mind is like I come over and like we sit down and I don't know what I'm playing.
We're gonna compile a list.
Oh,
I'm just like
we
completely
just revealed
blind.
it to him.
Mystery play.
I'll
Cool.
do
Yeah,
that.
something like that. But like it's something.
We have plenty of options.
I'm not saying have me play something like shit.
No, something
There's a lot of things
Yeah,
that
they're
people.
not. They're not to make you play Darkened Sky without you knowing
Have you ever played The Punisher?
Yes.
which one.
PS2,
The
PS2, Xbox.
It was on Xbox. That's the one I have. That no matter what.
This is a great game.
Dude, I just love taking like in the first level, taking the dude, putting him under the drill, and just drilling his skull.
Oh my
I
god.
can just
Take
fix
him
it
to the
deep
piranha
fryer.
tank. It's like, all right, yeah, fuck you.
You go.
Extra scary that he's War Machine now. That's scary.
Well, we can do that.
It's very fantastic.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, we got plenty of gems that I can think of for you to play. That I would have to preface like a list of games with you and be like, what haven't you played? And be like, hey, then I'll just list games and then you be like, I haven't played it and played fantastic. And then I'll just make sure.
We're not let's play Metal Gear though. That's just too fucking long.
No.
Yeah, have you played Stranglehold?
Who?
All right.
Oh, right. That's there we go.
I don't think it's a hit.
I think he meant
but I
John
think it's
Who.
I think it's one of those games. Where, I think Stranglehold's something that you would be like, this game's probably butt, and then you play it like, this isn't that bad.
I enjoyed Stranglehold.
Johnny.
Maybe miss Max Payne though.
It just got really hard near the end. So, all right, we're gonna end this show. Once again, thank you for watching. My name watching.
And listening.
Listening.
It's going on YouTube, I guess. Thanks for watching the bumper.
Thanks for watching my chlamydia flare up.
Oh,
That's
my
gross.
lord.
Woo!
Thank you for watching our Confefe.
I got a shit really bad.
Oh,
Someone who did
everything is just going off the rails.
No, I 43 minutes ago. No, it
Da
didn't.
da da.
Like, my stomach is like dog.
They were far so hard your asshole got cold. Anyway, let's get. We will see you guys.
Oh, wait. I was like, yeah,
Let's do our
It's
outro.
not gonna take that long.
Let's do our outro.
I can literally give
Oh,
that to
it's
you
smooth.
tomorrow. I will literally just give that to
So
you.
who are you?
My name is Chris Panda. With us, as always, is Foxy Steve,
Ow.
Bird God, Simply
Yo.
Dave, and Be Crazy.
Bye bye.
Yep.
And thank you guys for watching, and we'll
Don't-
see you on the next one.
Don't
See
forget to
ya.
like,
See
comment,
y'all
and
later.
subscribe.
Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
Hey, don't close that yet. Hey, stop that. Don't forget, October
We
21st,
should start the show with this information.
2017.
Start the show with the housekeeping.
Or
We don't have events. They don't exist.
Because
That's
it's
why
off
I'm
the
doing it.
rails.
Fuck! Fuck it. You know what? Just show up Facebook. Look up fucking the final countdown. SFxPlay. We'll see you next time.